Hi everyone, Stacy here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. So today let's talk about the energies that will be available to us for the month of December. Now, before I dive into all 12 signs, I just want to take this quick opportunity to thank each and every one of you for liking my content, sharing out my content, and subscribing to my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you for doing so. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm so grateful that you found your way to me, or you stumbled upon one of my videos or my channel, or however it is, but thank you so much for being here with me today to listen to your December horoscope. And also, everyone, I just want to say another general reminder here that these are general readings. I cannot emphasize that enough, because just keep in mind, I do not have your personal birth chart sitting in front of me. So keep in mind, I always use a whole sign house system in all of my videos on YouTube land here. And I also use Western tropical astrology. So take what resonates, leave the rest. I do encourage folks to watch for their rising sign or their ascendant sign. I think that will resonate with you the most, but I can appreciate that not everyone knows their natal birth chart, so certainly watch for your sun sign as well, or any other planet placement point to pull all this information together for you for the month of December, and it should give you a high-level overview of what the energies are coming down the pipe for you for the month of December. And also, if you'd like a personal reading, if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, you can do so by checking out the link below to my website, and feel free to book online and reach out if you have any questions prior to booking, of course. Now, I'm just going to review high-level overview for the month of December. I'm just going to hit some high points here just before I dive into all 12 signs. So one transit that I haven't talked about in quite a while, because it is exact this month, is Jupiter squaring Saturn. Now, this isn't anything new. This actually, we would have started to feel these energies June of 2024. Now, these are, believe it or not, these energies are going to continue well into 2025. I believe July, August 2025 is when they'll slowly start moving away from each other, slow and steady. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. The last exact square between these two was back in August. We're having another one this month, and I believe another one in June, July time frame as well. But regardless, we're going to feel all of this energy over the course of the next 6 months. Now, these two planets are interesting. They're the two heavy hitter social planets of the sky. Now, Saturn is all about boundaries and restriction and reality checks, and Saturn grounds us. What he's trying to do right now in the Pisces area of your chart is grounding your ideas, crystallizing something into form, or that's what he's trying to do. Now, Jupiter in our Gemini house right now, he's trying to bring in blessings and opportunities and expansion beyond our means. Now, this is a good thing, but it can also be very overwhelming as well, because sometimes we can expand too fast and then we get sort of, we don't know what direction to head. Like, it's not a clear focus. It's a very scattered energy with Jupiter and Gemini. So with these two heavy hitters squaring off, we might have to get a little bit more creative and just work with what we have. Yes, it can be frustrating, and yes, it could be slow moving, but slow and steady is the best bet, especially this month where we have Mercury retrograde, we have Mars retrograde, we still have Jupiter retrograde, we still have Uranus retrograde. So it's not a good month to push forward with force. It's a really great month if you can to go slow, take a break, but I get it, life happens. If you have to do big launches, you have to do them. It is what it is. But I'm just giving everyone the heads up that if you feel that resistance, if you feel that restriction, constriction, it's just these two heavy hitters squaring off that are trying to manifest something in your Gemini house and in your Piscean house. And also there might be a connection here back to, think back to, again, June, July, August of 2024, something that maybe occurred back then where you weren't getting a lot of traction. Something might take a new form, or a new focus might come into play. So we'll talk about that a little bit for each and every sign. Now we do have the winter solstice starting in the northern hemisphere. So this is when the sun moves into Capricorn. This is happening on December 21st. And of course, it starts the summer season in the southern hemisphere. We have Venus moving into Aquarius on the 7th. And then we have 2 new moons this month and 1 full moon. Now, some of you might have experienced 2 new moons last month, just the way this new moon falls on December the 1st. Some of you, for example, on the West Coast would have experienced this on November the 30th. And we do have a full moon in Gemini on December the 15th. We're going to talk about that. And then we have another new moon on December the 30th in Capricorn at 9 degrees to wrap up this new year cycle, or this 2024 cycle, I should say. And this, I love this new moon in Capricorn. I think this is going to be really good for our career direction, or if you're hoping to or planning to retire, or just planning those next steps for 2025. I love this because this is like planting those seeds of intention for 2025. So Mars still in Leo, officially retrograde on December the 6th at 6 degrees of Leo. So I'm not going to really talk about that in this video. I've talked about it in previous videos, and I did create a Mars retrograde video. So check out the link below if you want to learn more about what Mars retrograde means for you in the sign of Leo and Cancer. We also have, as I mentioned, Mercury retrograde. As I'm recording this, it is Mercury retrograde. So yes, right in the heat, right in the heart of holiday season. Yes, this is going to create a little bit of havoc and frustration on the roads, whether you're traveling by land, air, or sea. Just, you know, the usual Mercury retrograde rules apply. Just double, triple check your itinerary, double, triple check the weather. Whatever the case may be, make sure you have some supplies and some snacks on hand, because you just never know when those delays are going to hit. Also, snafus with technology, right? Technology, vehicles, things like that. There could be some hiccups. Anything you buy, Black Friday, anything like that, anything that you purchase, just hang on to those receipts, because you just never know when you might need to utilize them. So, and we also have Neptune going direct as well this month, and that is happening on December the 7th at 27 degrees of Pisces. So I'm going to make a separate video about this, of course, but again, another heavy hitter in the sky, similar to Pluto that we've been talking about for such a long time. A lot of people don't really talk about Neptune. So Neptune is the next big heavy hitter planet that is wrapping up a big story that's been playing out in your life since 2011, 2012. And this is your Pisces area of life, where Saturn is coming along, also trying to crystallize and ground something in this area of life. Saturn is trying to help you build up something, whereas Neptune has been dissolving something in this area of life, or mutating or changing something in this area of life since, again, 2011, 2012. So we'll be walking between the worlds with Neptune here, dancing at these final degrees of Pisces and beginning of Aries for quite some time, probably in approximately 2 years. So I'm going to make a separate video about that, so stay tuned about that. But when Neptune stationed retrograde, this was back in March of 2024. So something even, again, in this area of life could start to slowly but surely move forward. And just think, the next time Neptune goes retrograde, he will be in Aries. So again, I'm going to make a separate video about that. I'm very excited that all of these heavy hitters, Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune, are dancing at these final degrees and beginning degrees of each and every sign. We're really going to see a big global shift over the next 3 years. Like, this is, if you've been following me for a while, I've been saying this for a while, so I sound like a broken record, but to be on the planet at this time, you guys, to witness this pivot in society, in our culture, in, like, as a global citizen, is monumental, let alone in our own personal lives. So stay tuned to those separate videos. I'm going to make a separate video about Uranus moving into Gemini, Neptune popping into Aries, and I do have a Pluto in Aquarius video as well, and I'll be sure to put the link to that in the description box below as well. Otherwise, let's see here. And then, yes, we do have Chiron as well, stationing direct this month, not until December 29th at 19 degrees. So again, possibly connected to April of 2024, some sort of healing or forward momentum from a healing perspective on multiple levels could be taking place and moving us forward in a good, positive way as well. All right, so let's dive into all 12 signs. Hey Aries, let's talk about where a lot of your energy, I think, will be focused for the month of December. So you have a lot of energy at the top of your sky in your life, your wealth, and your relationship houses are really being highlighted this month. So you have 2 new moons this month, again, depending on where you are on the planet. Some of you might have already experienced this energy, but regardless, set those new moon intentions when it comes to 9th house matters, Aries, on or around December the 1st. So this is all about religion, legal matters, higher education, teaching, mentoring, coaching, training, anything to do with long distance traveling. Or this could also be about your ethics, your belief systems. This could be meeting people from all walks of life, all over the globe. The 9th house is the epitome of the global traveler, Aries. This is also the house of pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, and also publishing can take place here as well. So that's where you have your first new moon at the beginning of the month. Plus you have Mercury here too. Yes, Mercury is retrograde. Mercury is going direct on the 15th of December. But his long stay here is asking you to reassess, reinvent, redo something in this area of life. And Mercury will continue to be here until early January. Now, also the sun too, being in Sagittarius, energizes this 9th house for you as well. Now, once the energy moves into Capricorn, this is your 10th house of career, of status, of purpose, of the legacy that you want to leave behind, Aries. This is also about you as a parent, if you are a parent, whether it's to a human or to a fuzzy furry pet or feathery pet, wherever the case may be. This could also be about your parents, like a new beginning in your parents' lives as well. So double new beginnings here, Aries, at the top of your sky, which is more of a public view. So I mean, new careers, new changes of status. What I mean by that is you could go from, single to married, or married to divorce. Now, again, I'm not saying all of you are going to get divorced. I'm just saying change of status. Those are examples of change of status. Or maybe you're planning for retirement, or maybe it's time to move on. Also, again, this could be a new beginning in parenthood, whatever that means to you or for you. This could be mom, dad, authority figures, new beginnings in their lives as well, Aries. Let's see here. Now, Venus also in your 11th house of relationships. This is really nice for friendships, groups, people that you hang out with, whoever you surround yourself with by choice, Aries. This is really, really nice, especially connecting with Pluto. You could be attracting in some powerful people at this time. If you're open to meeting someone new, you could find love in these friendship groups or friendship circles, or people that you hang around with, or maybe a friend or a family member or an older sibling or something like that connects you with somebody. You could also meet people that way as well. Really powerful connection for business partnerships as well. If you're not interested in the love aspect, this could be a change with, I just heard a change of direction for some of you Aries folks, a really powerful change, because this month is just oozing with new beginnings on multiple levels. So take advantage of any sort of opportunities or invites that come your way, Aries. You just never know who you could be rubbing shoulders with. It is the season where I think, maybe a lot of offices or businesses or whatever do Christmas parties, office parties, things like that. I also think it would be a good time to pitch anything you want to pitch to somebody. I think that would be, this would be a good time to do that as well, especially once the sun energizes your 12th house, or sorry, your 10th house there, Aries, at the top of your sky. Your career sector could really take off this month, like leaps and bounds. But again, keep in mind, Mars retrograde, Mercury retrograde, personal planet retrogrades can really throw a snag into our plans. So if you can, leave room for miracles, they say, you know, when planets are retrograde. You just never know. Like I said, those last minute invites, last minute adjustments or tweaks to your presentation, things like that could be coming in as well, Aries. So I think this could be a very successful month for you. And again, planning for the future is highlighted here as well. For those of you that are not working or looking to retirement, again, what chapter do you want to crack open now? What do you want to be known for? What is the legacy you want to leave behind? Do you want to be known for woodworking or dog walking or babysitting or painting homes or something like that, Aries? What are the next steps of your journey? What do you want to contribute, or how do you want to contribute to society? Not a bad thing. Or do you want to go back to school? Do you want to learn something new? You know, let's talk about that full moon. The new moons and the full moons this month are highlighting your education access, Aries. So December is a really good time to, yeah, I know I heard solitude for you. Yes, with Saturn and Neptune in your 12th house, solitude will continue to be important, an important part of your journey. But I'm also picturing you like upgrading your skill set behind closed doors, upgrading something behind closed doors, learning something new so you can bring new skills, talents, abilities to the table, Aries. So full moon down in your 3rd house with Jupiter there, again, shining a spotlight up to your 9th house, because full moons illuminate both axes of the chart. So again, education, learning, teaching, mentoring, coaching. Are you going back to school? Are you finishing school? Are you now, maybe it's time to spread your wings and apprentice, you know, or get that co-op placement rolling? Or again, are you planning for retirement? What are the next steps? You know, brush up on your internet, social media skills so you can, it'll help your business or help your position in your company or whatever the case may be. This is also the 3rd house of transportation. So how you get around could change. This could be also about buying, selling vehicles as well. Really good time to buy a vehicle when Jupiter is in the 3rd house, Aries. Not a bad time if you're considering that. But maybe how you get around might change. That could be a possibility as well. This is also the house of, you know, your siblings' houses are also being highlighted as well. So maybe this is a culmination or an ending in your, something to do with your siblings. I don't mean death. I mean like maybe one chapter is closing in their lives and a new chapter is beginning in one of their lives, for example. So this could be younger siblings or older siblings, relatives, extended family members. There's, again, some sort of culmination point happening here. This could also be neighbors, neighborhoods as well, the community that you belong to. Again, the people that you surround yourself with is really highlighted this month, Aries. So really nice energy coming in from the new moons and full moons this month. Let's see here, Mars in Leo. So if you want to check out my video in the description box below, I already made a separate video about Mars retrograde. So if you want to check that out, feel free to do so. And let's see here. Oh yes, the last thing I want to chat about is Jupiter square Saturn. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this has been an ongoing story since middle of 2024, and it's going to continue to take us into well into 2025. So Jupiter down in that busy 3rd house. This is where he's trying to expand you on multiple levels. And again, I rattled them off before. Education, teaching, mentoring, you becoming the student again, you becoming the elder, the mentor, the coach, communicating, publishing, book writing, anything to do with communication, internet, social media, your community, your neighborhood, your siblings, your cousins, your neighbors, whatever the case may be. Transportation is here as well. Jupiter's trying to expand this area of life, the area of life of the mind, the lower mind. But Saturn in your 12th house, this can be either a quiet transit for you or kind of a challenging transit for you. It just depends on how this is hitting your birth chart directly, but Saturn is trying to crystallize something in this area of life. A simple example I could think of is incorporating spirituality in some way, shape, or form in your life, especially with Neptune there, the ultimate spirituality planet. So something very simple, 5-minute meditations every day, or getting out in nature for 5 minutes, or scheduling in time in your calendar for you time, whether it's journaling or writing or whatever the case may be. Just try to avoid scrolling social media. They're definitely showing me that. Don't use this time to, how do I say this? Like mindlessly blank out. It's okay, but do it in a meditation, even in a guided meditation, or again, have a bath or a sauna or take a swim or a walk, something like that. I think would be more beneficial, Aries. But otherwise, your 12th house, this is about awakenings. This is about spirituality. This is the house of endings. Like you are going to be hopping in a brand new 30-year cycle, Aries. Starting pretty quick here. I'm going to make separate videos about that. Saturn moving into your sign, Neptune moving into your sign. Like this is huge for you. Pisces is going through this right now, and then it's your turn to sort of become, I'm seeing you as become like this brand new shiny human, basically. Like like some people will not recognize you after this transit, especially Neptune being in your first house for a very, very long stay. But anyway, so something is trying to crystallize here. Saturn is trying to help you sort of with your routines, with your mental well-being, with your, this could also be about healing. This could be about psychological matters. This could be about letting go, you know, helping you let go of multiple things in your life. I have no doubt about this. Is about working on something behind the scenes so you can bring it into form. So Aries, again, work with what you have. Just work with what you have. I know it can be frustrating. I know it can be like hitting up against a brick wall, but just get creative. Something from August, June, July, August could come back around in a new way, shape, or form. Maybe a new idea or a new creative project or something that can help you along with whatever it is that you're trying to launch. Again, whether you're working or not working, it doesn't matter. What do you want? How do you want to change your life? You know, how do you want to utilize these energies moving forward, especially once Jupiter goes direct? Otherwise, Aries, I think it's going to be a wonderful month for you. Again, big focus on career, retirement, or home, family, living situation could be a possibility as well. Otherwise, enjoy the month of December. Have a wonderful holiday season, and we'll see you back here in the new year. Bye for now. Hey, Taurus, let's see where I think some of your focus is going to be for the month of December. So you have a lot of energy in your 8th house, 9th house, 10th house, and 11th houses. So really lots of energy at the top of your public sky there, Taurus. So let's break this down, starting with the new moons. Now, double new beginnings this month, which is really, really, really exciting. Again, some of you might have experienced this last month, but it doesn't matter. November 30th, December the 1st, new beginnings regardless in these areas of life. So new moon in the 8th house, and this is right off the hop, December the 1st, on or around, again, depending on where you are on the planet. So this is about new beginnings in your house of, this is a mundane house. So this is like taxes, debts, loans, mortgages. This is also the house of transformation. This is the house of Pluto after all. You also have the sun in here and Mercury in here at the beginning of the month. At the beginning of the month, I should say. This is also the house of big transformational change, rebirth. If you're looking to get a mortgage or a loan or something to do with joint assets and property, that could be on the menu this month. This is also the house of your partner's income or your partner's money resources, like any sort of shared assets that you share with somebody. This could be new beginnings with their finances, for example, which will benefit you if you are in a relationship with this individual, whether this is, again, business, love, friendship, family, whatever the case may be. So new beginnings in this area of life. Now you also have another new beginning this month in your 9th house of Capricorn. So this is the house of the gods. This is making a really nice aspect to you, Taurus. If you have anything around 9 degrees of your birth chart, this will enhance this energy and bring an additional layer to this new beginning that's coming in at the end of December on the 30th. So this is all about higher education, teaching, mentoring, coaching, you becoming the student again, or you becoming the mentor, the teacher, the elder, and passing down your knowledge. This is also the house of travel, especially long distance traveling could be on the menu for you this month as well, Taurus. Probably on the menu for a lot of people this month. But again, keep in mind, Mercury retrograde can throw some curveballs at all of us when it comes to travel this month. So just also keep that at the back of your mind. But new beginnings in this 9th house, publishing too, book writing, anything to do with legal matters or immigration or citizenship, paperwork. This is also the house of, I had it right on my tip of my tongue there, but anyway, hopefully it'll come back. But this is the house of pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, Taurus. So new beginnings. I love this for you right at the end of the year. If you do celebrate the new year on January the 1st, this could be a great new moon to, again, plant those seeds of intention of what you want to attract in this area of life. So dual new beginnings, again, at the top of your sky. And Venus in your 10th house. This is really nice energy for your career, and it does have Pluto there as well. So you could be attracting in, if you work for somebody, Taurus, you could be attracting in like very powerful partnerships from a business or work lens at this time. You could also find love at work. I'm going to throw that out there. If you are single and looking for love, you actually could find somebody at work or something to do with similar interests or similar, again, if you're retired, this could be like hobbies or whatever you do on the side, or if you have a side hustle or anything like that, any sort of connection that you have. So put yourself out there if you are looking to meet someone new, because you never know. Conjunct with Pluto, you could be attracting in a really powerful partner at this time, whether again, it's in business or in love, Taurus. Also, Venus at the top of the sky, this could be bringing in bonuses, commissions, salary increases. Taurus, if you own a business, maybe not a bad time to look at your rate, your pay structures, maybe increase your rates at this time, or maybe increase your rates January 1st, something to think about this month possibly. Because again, Venus, wherever Venus goes, she attracts in love and money into our lives. So again, just something to think about. Venus up here could also be change of status. Again, going from single to common law, or common law to marriage, or whatever the case may be, meeting that special someone for sure, Taurus. Okay, and then let's look at that full moon in your 2nd house. So again, your financial axes are being lit up this month. Again, you have that new moon in your 8th house on December the 1st, full moon on the 15th in your 2nd house of work, income, how you earn a living. So again, whether you're working or not working, how do you receive payments? Do you receive payments from a spouse, the government, alimony? I don't know, your kids, I don't know, whatever the case may be. How do you earn a living? How do you pay the rent? How do you pay the mortgage? How do you pay the taxes? Things like that. How do you put fuel in your car, or to take the bus or the train or the plane, or whatever the case may be? 2nd house is also about your skills, your talents, your abilities as well, Taurus. So maybe you're wrapping up. Well, this is an ending. This is a culmination point on December the 15th. Something is being wrapped up in this area of life, so you can move on to something different. So it's definitely connected to your finances, or it could also be your partner's finances, because the full moon also shines a light into your 8th house as well, which again is your partner's resources and finances. There could be changes in financial structures at this time for you, Taurus. Nothing to panic or worry about. Again, you have that new moon on the 1st. Plant those seeds of financial intention of what you want to manifest over the next 6 months or so. Okay, and then yes, Mercury going back and forth in your 8th house. Mercury will go direct on the 15th, but again, he's still going to be in shadow. So we're going to have the lumps and bumps of Mercury retrograde this month. It is what it is, not the end of the world. Just be prepared for that, especially if you are traveling anywhere long or short distance, and also packages. This could really disrupt deliveries, the mail system, and things like that as well, Taurus. So just take those extra precautions. But Mercury going back and forth in a financial house, again, really good time to sit down with a critical eye and look at your finances. Where is the money going? How is it coming in? Are you able to balance the books? And this is about your partners as well, whether this is in love, business, or again, whoever you're connected with. This could also be about property too. So Mercury is going back and forth here for a reason, to make you double check something, to make you re-look at something. And again, things, you know, this could also be something to do with blessings coming back around from the past as well. Let's see here. Mercury does rule your second house of work, of income, of money, of earnings, of material possessions. So this could be a job coming back around. This could be, again, something to do with I don't know, if you're looking to buy a new vehicle, or again, we talked about mortgages. This could be a deal coming back around, which could be actually really beneficial for you, Taurus. Now, Mars is going retrograde this month officially. I've been talking about it the last couple months. I did make a separate video about it below. So check out my Mars retrograde video to learn more about Mars going backwards in your 4th house and your 3rd house of Cancer, and what that could mean for you, or what sort of areas of life, what reassessments are you going to be looking at this time. Last thing I want to talk about is the Jupiter Saturn square. Now, this is again an ongoing story that's been happening since middle of 2024, and it's going to continue to take us well into middle of 2025. So Jupiter, again, lucky you, Taurus, Jupiter is in a house of income for you, of work. So if you haven't yet found work, Taurus, please put yourself out there. Like, please, please, please. This full moon could be a new job. And then you got Venus at the top of your sky. You got Pluto at the top of your sky. So put yourself out there if you're looking to, whether you're an entrepreneur, business owner, you know, whatever the case may be, put yourself out there, apply, because Jupiter's trying to expand this area of life. Also, Taurus, I can see some of you probably wanting to accumulate more material possessions. We talked about that with the mortgages, the debts, the loans, the taxes, the inheritance. You could be wanting to buy more things, buy new vehicles, buy the boat, buy the house, whatever the case may be. Jupiter here is trying to expand that. Now, it could make your head spin though. Jupiter sometimes expands us too big, too fast, you know, and he's very scattered in the sign of Gemini. So while he's trying to expand, Saturn is challenging him to slow down in your 11th house. This is the house of your gains. So again, Saturn is purposely trying to put a rubber band around you, Taurus, and say, like, look, slow down, pump the brakes. Let's think about this. Let's take it slow. I'm only going to give you ABC to do XYZ, for example. So you got to work with whatever it is that you have, Taurus. Now, Saturn up in your 11th house, again, this could be about friendship circles. This could be about something to do with, again, gains from the material house. The career house, I should say. This is also the house of older siblings. So this could also mean that maybe an older sibling is kind of going through a rough time, or they're trying to rebuild their life or reshape it in some way, shape, or form. And of course, you're there to support them as well. But yeah, this could also be about, you know, trimming the fat when it comes to your friendship circles, Taurus. Maybe it's time to turn a critical eye to people that surround you, whether by choice or not, Taurus. You know, do you really want to continue to hang out with that group of friends that constantly bring you down, that constantly are in your ear, are negative, are critical? You know, do you want that? Do you want these kind of people to surround you? And if you do, that's okay. You know, each of us our own, but keep in mind, do these people lift you up and support you? Do they love you for who you are? You know, are they friends with you because, I don't know, you got this big fancy yacht that you take everybody out on an annual basis or something like that? Like, why are these friends around you at this time? You're really going to be gut checking yourself when it comes to friendship circles over the next several years. And again, Saturn in here can also be building up your wealth as well. And it could be also your connection to relationships, just making them more authentic, you know, versus having, you know, 1,500 followers on social media, you know, but yet maybe you only need to have 3 solid friends by your side, for example. This is also the house of social media. So cutting back on social media, relooking social media, internet, how you use those tools and technology, whether personally or in your business, could be up for some reassessments as well. So I hope that kind of gives you an idea of what or how these energies could be manifesting or trying to manifest in a relationship house, in your 11th house, down to a wealth house of your 2nd house. But having Jupiter in your 2nd house is a blessing, but it can also make your head spin, absolutely, because it can throw a lot at you, and it's kind of like, oh my God, where do I start? So slow and steady is the best bet, Taurus, and you are the epitome of that saying. You know, you are a fixed sign, and slow and steady will bring you the gains that you need. Also, again, something from June, July, August timeframe might come back around in a new form, a new epiphany, new ideas. Again, working within the constraints of what you have to work with, Taurus. And again, this is not going to last forever. This too shall pass. It is what it is. These 2 heavy hitters are restructuring these houses of your life for a reason. So otherwise, Taurus, have a wonderful month and happy holidays. And I'll see you here in the next year, in the new year. Bye for now. Hey Gemini, let's look at your December horoscope and talk about where I think some of your focus will be for the month of December. So your relationship house is definitely being highlighted this month. Also, a financial house is being highlighted, and a travel house is being highlighted this month as well, Gemini. So let's break this down. Lots of energy in your opposite sign there across the street from you, Sagittarius. So you got Mercury there, you got a new moon there, and you have the sun there until middle of the month approximately. So Mercury here, going back and forth, he does go direct on the 15th of December, but he's going to be here for an extra long stay until early January. So basically you are reassessing your relationships, Gemini, how you relate to 101 with people, how you relate to other people in general. This could be your kids. This could be your friendship circles. This could be your love relationships, love partnerships, marriage. This could be business and in work. How do you relate 101 with these people? How are you communicating with these people 101? Do they lift you up? Do they bring you down? How do they make you feel? All of that is up for some introspection at this time, Gemini. Now you do have a new moon here right off the hop, December 1st. Again, give or take a day or two, depending on where you are on the planet, but dual new beginnings for all of us in the month of December. So for you, again, Gemini, new beginnings when it comes to relationships. Now, again, this could be in love, this could be in business, this could be new friendship circles, this could be whatever you want it to be. New agreements, contracts, negotiations, marriage. This is also the house of marriage too, Gemini. So plant those seeds of intention of what you want to manifest in this area of life. If it is a love relationship, I would say yes, plant those seeds of intention on or around or after December the 1st. Of who you want to manifest in this area of life. And also this person might have a connection internationally as well, which I'll get to that in a second with Venus in your 9th house as well. Okay, now at the end of the month, I'm going to jump to the next new beginning. This is in Capricorn. This is in your 8th house. This is a financial house. But again, this could be new beginnings in your partnership sector as well when it comes to shared joint resources, finances, mortgages, debts, loans, taxes, anything to do with that. This could be you personally or your partner, business partner, love partner. If you're in a business with a relative, family, friends, whatever the case may be, this is a new beginning in that financial sector. If you're looking to get a mortgage, if you are looking for that car loan or whatever the case may be, maybe you haven't filed your taxes yet. Maybe try to get that done this month so you can get that money in your pocket before the new year so you can utilize that in some way, shape, or form. And also once the sun pops into this 8th house, again, that's going to put extra energy, extra oomph in your financial zone. Again, whether this is you or this could be a new beginning on your partner's front, some sort of new beginning with their finances, whatever that means for them. Or again, you signing on the dotted line with a new joint asset, whatever that means for you, Gemini, apply that to your story, to your situation. Okay, now I want to jump to that full moon in your sign, in the sign of Gemini, middle of the month, and that's the day that your ruler goes direct, which I absolutely love that. Again, full moons highlight both axes, so it highlights you and across the street in Gemini, in your 7th house. So again, extra oomph, extra emphasis on relationships, partnerships. What does that mean? Now, this is an ending. This is a culmination point in at least one area of life. A full moon in our 1st house, Gemini, means this could ripple out to the home, living situation, something to do with family, something to do with your kids, if you have kids, or pets or animals in your home. Endings and new beginnings in their lives as well. Mom, dad, authority figures, bosses even, or something to do with your career. Endings and new beginnings here in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, December, I love it. Yes, we have Mercury retrograde. Yes, we have Mars retrograde, but we have 2 double new beginnings and a really nice full moon in your sign. So I love the energy for the month of December. Again, not a month to push forward with force, a really good month to take a step back and just zen out if you can. I know a lot of Geminis don't like doing that, but if you can take a step back, because I bet Jupiter has been overwhelming you for the past 6 to 8 months. I have no doubt about it, because Jupiter is a blessing. He's a blessing, but he can also make our head spin. He can expand us too big, too fast. So again, Gemini, if you can take a break this month, or travel if you can this month. But again, with Mercury retrograde, double, triple check the weather, travel itinerary, things like that. Planes, trains, automobiles, however you're getting around, just double, triple check everything before you take off, for example. Okay, Venus, that's what I want to go to. Venus up in your 9th house. Again, if you're looking for love, you could find international love at this time, Gemini. I'm just going to throw it out there, especially if you have anything at the beginning degrees of Gemini where Pluto is and Venus is going to meet together in the sky. You could attract in a really powerful partner at this time. I'm just going to put it out there. But also Venus in this house, again, this is the house of the gods. This is the house of pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, Gemini. So I feel like that's where the rewards are going to be. If you think outside the box, if you push yourself outside of that, even mindset, like even I just heard like a scarcity mindset, push yourself out of that. You know, Pluto and Venus are making wonderful aspects to your planets, placements, points. And believe it or not, you have Pluto supporting your sign, also transforming you for the next 20 years. But ultimately, this is a trine coming down from your 9th house, the house of the gods. I love, love, love this house. This is downloads. This is educational pursuits. This is anything to do with long distance traveling or foreign lands, foreign cultures, traveling all over the globe. This is rewards and benefits coming your way with Venus transiting this house. So also writing, book publishing, put yourself out there. Really good time to showcase your skill set, especially with Jupiter in your sign. Again, this is luck on your sign, and you have Jupiter here for another 6 months or so. So take advantage of this, Gemini. But again, maybe not this month, maybe start in January. Because as I mentioned, taking a step back is not a bad thing to do, even last month, this month, and even if you want into January as well. So Venus at the top of the sky is a wonderful blessing. Even when she moves into your 10th house of Pisces, yeah, that's blessings too coming in from your career. So I love that for you. Mars going retrograde this month. I made a separate video about that. So if you want to check that out below, I'll put the link in the description box below. Check that out. As he goes retrograde in your 3rd house, 2nd house, we can talk about, or I do talk about what that could mean for your sign. Last thing I want to talk about, which I kind of touched on with Jupiter in your sign, is the Jupiter square Saturn. Again, this is going to slow you down, Gemini, drastically. Not only is Jupiter still retrograde, Saturn is direct now, but Jupiter's still retrograde, and Jupiter being in your sign. Again, did you expand too big, too fast? You know, as I said, Jupiter is a blessing. He is, but he can bring in so much opportunity that we get flustered and we don't know which path to take. Where Saturn at the top of your sky in your 10th house, he's crystallizing something in your career sector. Or again, if you're not working, apply this to your situation. What is the legacy that you want to leave behind? What does retirement mean to you? Are you thinking about retirement? Are you in retirement? Do you want to retire and maybe go down to part-time? Saturn is helping you crystallize in this area of life and ground you. This could also be reality checks, Gemini. I do want to be honest with you because Jupiter and Saturn are in big prominent places in your chart. So this could be reality checks, or just, again, Saturn is trying to bring you back down to earth, because all the air signs are like they live in the clouds, and there's nothing wrong with that. Well, with Saturn at the top of your sky, he's really going to ground you and build your career to the success that you want, Gemini. But the frustrating thing is, I know, you have to work with Saturn in order to gain those rewards. So work with whatever you got, Gemini. I feel like, and if you're scattered and you got 10 things in front of you, then just work with what you have. Don't keep buying new courses and learning stuff and learning tools and oh, I need to learn that and I need to buy that course. I need to buy that book. No, just focus, Gemini. Focus on what you have right in front of you and just finish that up first. Wrap that up first, because when Jupiter goes direct, trust me, he's going to continue to expand you and expand you and expand you. And then when he pops into your second house, this is going to be huge gains and rewards for not only your work and your career, but your finances as well, and material possessions. So Gemini, I hope that helped. I want to wish you a wonderful December ahead of wonderful new beginnings. And give yourself permission to slow down, Gemini. Absolutely. Don't feel bad about that. Give yourself permission to slow down and kick back if you can this holiday season. But otherwise, I want to wish you a wonderful month ahead. Happy holidays, and we'll see you back here in the new year. Bye for now. Hey Cancer, welcome to December. Let's break down your month and see what areas of life I think you're going to be focusing on for the month ahead here. So your 6th house, your 7th house, your 8th house, your 9th house is lit up this month. So let's break this down by starting off with the new moons, which are new beginnings. So we have dual new beginnings this month. Again, give or take a day or two depending on where you are on the planet. But right off the hop, we have a brand new moon in Sagittarius in your 6th house of day-to-day duty and responsibility, Cancer. So this is a very busy house. Whether you're working or retired, it doesn't matter. This is day-to-day. What are your day-to-day duty, habits, responsibilities, routines? How are you taking care of your body, Cancer? How is your diet? Do you need to change or tweak something about your diet? Mercury going back and forth in this area of life too is making you gut check all this. Your work, is it purposeful? Is it meaningful? And again, if you're not working, this could be about your diet, your health, your nutrition. What are you missing or missing out on? You know, maybe it's time to get more involved with something in your community, something local in your community. Maybe it's time to rethink that, sign up for that course, challenge yourself, push yourself outside of your comfort zone. You do have Saturn and Neptune in that area of life. I call it the house of the gods, which I love. The 9th house, religion, spirituality, and just all in all pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone here, Cancer. That's where I feel like you're going to find almost like your happiness and your benefits and your rewards, so to speak. So new moon, plant those seeds of intention on or around December the 1st when it comes to anything to do with work, diet, health, nutrition. This is also the house of pets as well. So maybe your pets need some extra TLC or extra attention this month as well, Cancer. Now, the second new moon I'm going to jump to at the end of the month on December the 30th is in Capricorn. Now, this is across the street from you, Cancer. This is in your 7th house of relationships, how you relate one-on-one to individuals, whether this is your family, whether this is your kids, whether this is your love partners, whether this is your friends. This is also the house of marriage and contracts, agreements, and negotiations, Cancer. So this could be a new beginning. Quite frankly, for those of you still working, this could be a new beginning on the work front, whatever that means for you. The 6th house also, just to back up here for a second, 6th house is also coworkers. Could be people coming and going and leaving and quitting and new people coming in. That could be a possibility this month and into January. This could be you leaving the workplace and taking a new position, Cancer, as well, because it's highlighting, these new moons are highlighting your work houses, and even the full moon, which I'll get to, is highlighting your work house as well. So if you're single and looking to attract in a partner, Cancer, this new moon on December the 30th would be a really nice time to do so, to attract in, to call in the partner of your dreams or the marriage partner of your dreams, whatever you want. Now, again, this could be in business too. If you're already married and you're not interested from that perspective, this could be calling in new work, new clients, new business associates, whatever the case may be in your life, Cancer. So I love the new moons this month for you, especially even diet, health, nutrition. From that perspective, you can really clean up your diet this month, Cancer, and it will stand the test of time as well. So anything that you incorporate this month from a diet and health routine perspective should stand the test of time. I'm saying should because, again, we have free will. So, okay, let's jump to that full moon in Gemini on the 15th, the exact same day that Mercury goes direct in your house of work and health and diet and pets and routines and things like that. So this is in your hidden 12th house along with Jupiter there. So the 12th house is always challenging to describe because it's the invisible house. It's the house of spirituality. It's the house of solitude. It's the house of introspection. It's the house of healing on multiple soul levels. This is also the house of endings and awakenings. So something is coming to a culmination point. I feel like, Cancer, for you, there's a cycle dying out here. There's a cycle ending. And then once you have, we're going to have a full moon in your sign next month. This will be like almost like a brand new beginning. So endings and new beginnings are double highlighted for you this month, Cancer. And again, apply this to your area of life. Keep in mind, I do not have your personal chart in front of me, but I just have a feeling for you, Cancer. You are sort of ramping up for this brand new beginning, possibly with Jupiter coming into your sign next year, which I'm getting ahead of myself, but I feel like that in itself is going to be a blessing. So, you know, continue to take downtime if you need it, Cancer. Continue to take a back seat on things. Take it easy this month. Mars retrograde, Mercury retrograde, and we still have Jupiter retrograde in your hidden 12th house of solitude. You know, take a step back if you need to this month. So some of you Cancerians, again, the full moon shining a light on your 6th house. Again, this could be an ending of a job, ending of a dietary thing, like we talked about, ending of something in this area of life. And again, pay extra attention to your pets this month too, because there could be endings and new beginnings in their lives as well, whatever that means for them. Now, let's see here. Oh yeah, Venus. Yes, let's talk about Venus in your 8th house. This is a financial house. Pluto newly in there, Cancer. This could be, for those of you that are connected to a partner, whether this is in love, business, whatever the case may be, this is money coming in for you, Cancer. This is, you know, lining your pockets, so to speak. But this could also be about your partner's pockets. Your partner could get a bonus, a raise, something beneficial could be coming their way as well, which is going to ultimately benefit you. Now, if you're on your own and single, this could be about, again, checks, benefit checks coming your way, whether this is from the government, whether this is from a boss, whether this is a bonus, a raise coming your way, Cancer. So again, apply this to your situation. This is also really good for relationships as well. The 8th house is the house of intimacy. So for those of you that are connected with a partner and you have all this energy in your 7th house as well, Cancer, so take advantage of this to get to know your partner again. Bring that spark back. Do a getaway if you can. Or surround yourself with the people that lift you up and light you up from the inside out. Otherwise, I think this could be a really nice month for your relationships, period, Cancer. Okay, now Mars retrograde, I made a separate video about that. So if you want to check that out below, and I talk about what that means for you, because Mars is technically the bulk of the retrograde is in your sign, Cancer. So right now Mars is in your 2nd house of income, making you possibly burn through money. But once Mars backs into your sign, it's going to fire you up in multiple different ways, because it will be in your 1st house, which could cascade to all areas of life, Cancer. So check that video if you're curious about that. And last but not least, I want to cover off the Saturn square to Jupiter. So Saturn is up in your 9th house trying to crystallize something. I mentioned this before, crystallizing, pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, because that's where your joy lies, Cancer. That's where I think you'll really surprise yourself if you just step outside the box and get creative, put yourself out there. This is the house of book publishing, writing, teaching, authoring, higher education, going back to school, whether you becoming the student again or you becoming the elder, the teacher, the coach, and passing down your knowledge. This is also the house of travel. Travel is big for you, and there's a spiritual connection here with travel. Anywhere you travel to, especially long distance, there's a spiritual experiences. You're gonna be like amazed at these experiences, or blessings are going to be coming in, or aha moments, or epiphanies, or like very almost like awakening, and it's going to warm your soul, so to speak, Cancer. But I can appreciate not all of us have the luxury to travel long distance. You know, you can have a simple getaway by reading a book, right? Upgrading your skill set. Doing an online course, things like that can take you outside of the box too. Learning about angels, spirituality, legal matters, taking your career to the next level. What else could this is also the day-to-day stuff like paperwork, citizenship, visas, passports, things like that. So Saturn here is trying to help you build and crystallize something in this area of life. And Saturn's making really nice aspects to you, Cancer. So also nice energy to take advantage of. Now, Jupiter, as I mentioned, in your hidden 12th house, this is, you know, this is you preparing for a brand new 12-year cycle, which is actually going to start middle of 2025 when Jupiter hops in here. And again, spirituality. Jupiter is about spirituality. The 12th house is about spirituality. So if you're not into spiritual things, Cancer, well, actually, I'd be surprised if you're not, especially if you're watching this video. But incorporate. You're being asked, you're being called, you're being nudged to incorporate religion, spirituality, something into your life. You know, synchronicity. You know, Jupiter in here, Saturn at the top of your sky in your house of the gods. Synchronicity at its finest. You know, nudging you towards your path, nudging you towards your purpose, Cancer. Awakenings, multiple awakenings, spiritual experiences, epiphanies, downloads. This is also the house of healing on multiple levels, and solitude. Solitude is going to be really important for Cancerians over the next 6 months as well. Take advantage of this energy. Again, step back when you need to step back if you can. 12th house is also about your hidden gifts, talents, and abilities to Cancer. So you are building towards your brand new cycle. Like I said, that's going to start in 2025. I'll be here to talk about it. I'll be making videos about it. So stay tuned for that. But otherwise, Cancer, I want to wish you a wonderful month ahead. And again, take advantage of those new beginnings that are coming down the pipe for you at the beginning of the month and the end of the month. And yeah, I think this month is going to be big on synchronicity. I'm hearing that loud and clear for you, Cancer. So enjoy the holiday season, and I will see you back here in the new year. Bye for now. Hey Leo, welcome to December. Let's talk about where I think some of the focus is going to be for the month, and also dual new beginnings this month for all of us, Leo. So, and for you, what a beautiful energy coming into your fun, light-hearted life relationship houses are coming in for you this month. So Leo, let's break this down. Also, before I forget, yes, Mars is in your sign. Yes, Mars is going retrograde. If you want to learn more about that, check out my video in the description box below. I made a separate video about Mars retrograde. So if you want to check that out, what that means for you in particular, especially since Mars is in your first house and backing into your hidden 12th house. All I can say, Leo, is get those sleep habits and routines in check, because sleep could be a challenge over the next several months, especially once Mars pops back into Cancer. And yes, I'm saying this because I'm a Leo sun and I struggle with sleep when anything moves through Cancer. I really struggle with sleep. So, and I know I'm not alone in this. So anyway, double, triple check your sleep habits, Leo, and we'll be good to go. All right, so let's talk about these new beginnings, these new moons. So 5th house, 6th house energy. And we'll talk about that full moon up in your 11th house as well. So Leo, if you are single and looking to attract in a new partner, it could be full on this month. The sun is in your 5th house of dating, romance, pleasure, joy, and also children as well. So if you want to start a family, start practicing, Leo. Start practicing like now, because this new moon on December the 1st, give or take a day or two, depending on where you are on the planet, could, what am I trying to say here? Will come to fruition, there we go, in about 6 months from now. So Mercury being in there, back and forth, back and forth. This could be lovers coming back from the past. This could also have something to do with your kids going over old ground. I'm thinking something to do with educational pursuits or studying, or maybe even technology and how they use technology and social media. And this could be for you too as well, Leo. So lots of beautiful energy in this 5th house. Like I said, if you're looking to attract in a partner, now is the time. Partners from the past could be showing up. Absolutely, with Mercury going back and forth in here as well. And Mercury will continue to be in here until the beginning of January. And yes, he does go direct on the 15th of December, but he's still in shadow, I believe, until early January timeframe. Okay, now once I'm going to jump to the end of the month here, Leo, so not to confuse you, but the new moon, the new beginning at the end of the month on December the 30th in your house of work, day-to-day duty, responsibility, your habits, your routines, your nutrition, how you are taking care of your body, Leo. This is also the house of, I lost it there, pets. There we go. A house of pets too, Leo. This could also be changes in your work environment, Leo. So people coming, people going, people leaving, changes in how you work, or just changes in the culture perhaps. Could also be new jobs coming in for you too, Leo. Again, depending if you're interested in that or not. If you're not working, well, again, how do you want to contribute? How do you want to make your mark on the world? How do you want to leave your legacy behind, Leo? Do you want to volunteer? Do you want to dog sit? Do you want to house sit? Do you want to paint homes? Do you want to build decks? What do you want to do, Leo, moving forward? What if you're not working? Like, how do you want to contribute to society? If you're looking to clean up your diet, if you're looking to get a little bit more healthier, Leo, this new moon in the 6th house at the end of the year, I love this. This would be the time to set those intentions, to get on that elliptical, to get rid of the sugar, or at least cut back the sugar, or whatever the case may be. And this new track that you put yourself on should stand the test of time. I say should because we have free will. So at the end of the day, we're in control, not so much anyone else. I mean, there is destiny. I believe in destiny, fate, and fortune there, Leo. But there's some things that are meant to be. But some things like diet, health, nutrition, I feel like that's in our hands to take care of, so to speak. Okay, so there's the new beginnings. in your 5th house, 6th house. Now let's talk about that full moon happening on the 15th of December. And this is up in your 11th house of friendship circles, of groups, of people that you surround yourself with by choice. This is also your role or your position that you take in these friendship groups, circles, associations. This is also the house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your long-term goals and commitments. This is also the house of older siblings, if you do have older siblings. This is also social media, the internet, and this is the house of what lights you up from the inside out, Leo. So this is technically an ending, a culmination point. This full moon could also impact your kids if you do have kids, because full moons illuminate both axes. So in this case, your 11th house, your 5th house, this could be about joy, creative expression. I think I forgot to mention that going back to the brand new moon, new beginning on the 1st of December. This could also be about hobbies, creative projects, anything that lights you up, Leo. This is the house where it starts. This is the spark of life, whether in love or in business or hobbies or work. This is the new beginning. This is the spark. And then we carry it throughout the rest of the houses of life, so to speak. So this could also illuminate something to do with that. This is also an ending though. So I'm thinking, Leo, like something to do with social media, something to do with the internet, something to do with letting go of something in this area of life. Jupiter here is wonderful. Jupiter here is a blessing. However, it can make our head spin. Jupiter can make us expand too big, too fast. So Leo, maybe you took on too many friendship demands. Maybe you took on too many long-term commitments and goals. Maybe you just made too many promises. Maybe you took on way too many social media apps. Now is the time to kind of cut back, reassess, and again, make sure these platforms, these people, whoever they are, make sure they lift you up, Leo. And if they don't, and if they're Debbie Downers and they do not support you, then distance yourself. If you can, get them out of your life, but I can appreciate not all of us can do that, especially if it's family. But create some sort of distance. And again, Saturn making a square to Jupiter is helping you build in those boundaries, Leo. The B word that a lot of people do not like, such as people pleasers. Boundaries with these individuals, even again, if it's friends, people that are just overwhelming you from all angles, Leo. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, we talked about Mercury retrograde a little bit. Mercury here is making you reassess something in this area of life. Again, creative projects, hobbies, something to do with your kids, educational pursuits, friendship circles, material possessions, money, work, buying, selling, things. Also your skills, your talents, your abilities, Leo, could be up for some reassessment while Mercury is going back and forth here in Sagittarius in your 5th house. Now, Venus in Aquarius. I love this for you, Leo. This is across the street from you. This is your opposite sign. Pluto newly in there. Venus hopping in there. If you are single, Leo, you could meet a very powerful partner at this time. Because with Venus conjunct Jupiter, and if you have anything at the beginning degrees of Leo, this could really activate that planet placement point, whatever you're watching for. But this could be incredible for your partnerships, whether in business or in love, whatever the case may be. Apply this to your life. But I love Venus in the 7th house for you because she's going to light up the relationship sector. Maybe some of you are getting married. Actually, I have no doubt some of you probably will get married in the next 20 years because Pluto here is going to completely change how you relate one-on-one to people, including marriage and what marriage means to you, Leo. That is really coming under the microscope with Pluto here in the next 20 years. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, back to Venus. Venus also brings in benefits. So you could receive benefits from people that you're attached to. So whether this is family, friends, loved ones, lovers, marriage partners, business partners, this is money coming in. Clients, if you own a business, Leo, this is clients coming your way, money coming your way, love coming your way. Good reviews coming your way, Leo, if you do own a business. So I do love, love, love this energy for you, Leo. All right, and last but not least, I want to quickly talk about the Jupiter square Saturn. We kind of touched on this a little bit. Jupiter in your 11th house, expanding your social circle, expanding your social media presence, Leo. But it can be overwhelming. I have no doubt some of you might have bit off more than you could chew, or take on way too much, or make way too many commitments, or set way too many goals. With Jupiter retrograde, it's time to rein it in and just work with what you have, Leo. So no more new social media apps, no more new social friendship circles. Just narrow in your focus, because once Jupiter goes direct, then sure, all hats are off, all bets are off, and you can plow forward and take on the world, Leo. But right now, Saturn is trying to help you rein that in and crystallize it for your benefit, for your pleasure, for your own healing, so to speak, Leo. Saturn in your 8th house is helping you crystallize your finances, ground your finances. This, Leo, I'm going to be honest, this could also be reality checks. 100%, this could be reality checks coming out of your financial house, like going out and spending a crap ton of money in November and December, and then suddenly you get that bill in January and you're like, you got $21,000 on your Visa and you're like, holy crap, what did I buy? What did I do? Especially if you own a business. You know, this kind of stuff can catch up to us. Absolutely. It is what it is. So Leo, just hone in, deal with what is right in front of you. Don't worry about other things around you. Just focus in on the here and now and go from there. And slow and steady is the best bet. Mercury retrograde, Mars retrograde in your sign. Time to kind of slow down and gut check yourself and ground your ideas. Get help if you need it, Leo, whether this is a therapist, a counselor, a healer, even a spiritual healer, financial analyst, an accountant. And like, if you need help, Leo, get the help you need, you know, or lean on a trusted friend or a trusted advisor. But again, we talked about your 11th house. Make sure they are trustworthy. I hate to say that, but just make sure they are trustworthy, because this could also be a reality check with a friend. Maybe you don't know this new person as much as you thought you did, right? So anyway, I'm just throwing out some examples, Leo, so hopefully one of those resonates with you, but something from June, July, August could come back around, whether this is, it takes a new form, a new idea, a new focus, whatever the case may be. If you feel scattered about something, put it down and move on to the next thing. And same thing, move on to the next thing. Just one piece at a time, just one little step at a time, Leo, and you're going to be fine. Otherwise, Leo, enjoy the month of December. Happy holidays, and we will see you back here in the new year. Bye for now. Hey Virgo, let's talk about where I think some of your focus is going to be for the month of December. So a lot of energy at the bottom of your sky. So 4th house, 5th house, 6th house, and 7th house is being highlighted. So let's start with these new beginnings, these new moons. We have 2 new moons this month. Again, give or take a day or two, depending on where you are on the planet. But we have a new beginning at the beginning of the month and a new beginning at the end of the month, which I love for each and every one of us. Now, for you, Virgo, this is a new beginning in your home, your family, your foundation, the bottom of your sky. This could be about also roots, ancestry, where you came from. Also you as a parent. This could be you, a new beginning, something to do with you as a parent, whether it's to a child, a human, or a feathery friend, or a reptilian, or a fuzzy pet, Virgo. So again, apply this to your life, but regardless, there's a new beginning here in the foundation of your life. This could also be a new beginning with a parent. So mom, dad, or authority figures in your life. There could also be changes with the boss situation, if that resonates with you. Retirement could also really be highlighted this month. So whether you're working or not, maybe that's on your mind, or maybe it's about saving for retirement or planning for retirement, or ultimately retiring, putting in that resignation sooner than later. So whatever this is for you, apply this to your new beginning. And again, plant those seeds of intention, Virgo. On or around, well, it can be after December the 1st. Plant those seeds of intention, what you want to manifest in this area of life. Quite simply, maybe it's a new home. Maybe you're moving. Maybe you want to invest in real estate or property or whatever the case may be. Especially if your IC does fall in here, Virgo, in Sagittarius, this could quite literally be moving into a new home, a new location, for example. Mercury in here, back and forth too, is also putting extra extra emphasis on this fourth area of life, helping you reassess something. And this is your ruling planet, by the way, too. So there's something that you need to relook at, reassess, fine tune in this area of life. And it could be just quite simply getting a room painted, or laying down some new flooring, or getting some new appliances in the home, or again, quite literally moving, reassessing your community and your place of living, Virgo. Or where is home to you? What is home to you? What does that mean to you? Could be up for some introspection this month. Now, once the sun and the new moon pops into your 5th house, I'm going to jump to the end of the month here with that second new moon, that second new beginning in your Capricorn house. Now, this is making really nice aspects to you, Virgo. So if you have anything around 9 degrees of Virgo, this is hitting you personally, depending on what you're watching for, and of course, depending on if it's an angle, your rising, your sun, your moon, whatever you're watching for right now. But this is a new beginning in the spark of life. I love the 5th house. This is where our joy, our pleasure, our passions lie. This is also about kids, quite literally. So if you are looking to start a family, if you're looking to get pregnant, Virgo, whether you, doesn't matter who, if you're a man, male or female watching, it doesn't matter. Because if you're a guy watching, well, you get the woman pregnant, right? So this also applies to you. If you want to start a family, oh my God, December is the time to try. Please try, because you got a lot of beautiful energy down in your 5th house, and it's blessing you as well, like your Virgo planet's placement points. So new beginnings with your kids, or something to do with children or family. Or for you, I just heard inheritance. Okay, I'll throw that out there, inheritance. And also, Virgo, I heard for you specifically something to do with wills, like planning for your wills, something to do with inheritance. So I'll throw that out there, like working with a lawyer or something like that. Anyway, 5th house, romance, dating, pleasure, joy, vacationing. Virgo, if you're single, like it could be full on this month. Plant those seeds of intention on or around the 30th of December. Plus the sun is in there, illuminating, bringing in heat and light into this area of life, Virgo. So if you want to call in that partner, if you want to call in getting pregnant, if you want to call in that new hobby, that new side hustle, again, this is where the spark of life happens. This is where romance and dating start, right? This is where our hobbies lie, our creative projects, endeavors, downloads, things like that, Virgo. Plant those seeds of intention of what you want to manifest in the next 6 months in these areas of life. Okay, let's jump to that full moon in Gemini at the top of your sky. I love it. These new beginnings this month, Virgo, could be quite pivotal. Again, depending on your circumstances. And how you take advantage of this energy. But a full moon in your 10th house, this is a culmination, this is an ending. This is like the finish line, or at least closing chapter 1 and moving into chapter 2, whatever the case may be. So full moon in the 10th house, again, shining a light down on your 4th house that we already talked about. Full moons always illuminate the entire axis. So Virgo, this could quite literally be about your career, your boss, your place of living, moving, home, family, foundation. This could be, again, about your parents, mom, dad, authority figures, or you as a parent. There could be endings and new beginnings here. And same with your parents' lives, if they're still with us. Endings and new beginnings in their lives as well. This could also be a change of status, Virgo. What I mean by that is marriage, like going from, say, single to common law to married, or vice versa. Now, I'm not saying all of you are going to get divorced, so please don't panic, but I'm just saying change of status. That's what I mean by that. You do have Saturn in your 7th house, which means putting a ring on it. Let's put a ring on it, Virgo. So there could be quite literally maybe new commitments coming in, whether this is in work, business, you as a business owner, something to do with family, relatives, commitments, again, marriage, love, whatever the case may be, Virgo. The reason why I say that is because your big angles are being highlighted this month. You got a lot of energy in your 7th house, a lot of energy in your 10th house, lots of energy in your 4th house, and that impacts you directly. So lots could happen actually in your life this month, Virgo. But again, it depends on your personal birth chart. Keep in mind, I do not have that in front of me. So it depends on how you utilize this energy or take advantage of this energy. So this energy could be subtle or it could be greater, depending on if it's impacting any angles or planets in your chart directly. Okay, now Mars in Leo, I made a separate video about this. So check out my Mars retrograde video. I'll link to it in the description box below so you can read up more on that. So Mars in the 12th house, I am going to put it out there because I too am experiencing this. I'm a Leo though. So when Mars was in Cancer, oh my God, like no sleep. No sleep. So I'm seeing it here in your 12th house, Virgo. So if you're lacking sleep or if you find you're waking up a lot, Mars is trying to help you refine and redefine, reassess your sleeping patterns and habits. Like what sort of habits can you get into before bed so you can get a well-rested night's sleep? So I'm just going to throw that out there just because I'm experiencing this too. And it's definitely, brought it to my attention in the forefront. With anything moving through the 12th house, it can be challenging for our sleep habits, that's for sure, our sleep patterns. Okay, oh, Venus, yes, Venus moving through your 6th house, joining Pluto newly there as well. So the 6th house is technically your house, Virgo. So this energy over the next 20 years with Pluto in here, you're gonna recognize it. Let's just put it that way. You're going to recognize this energy. So what is the 6th house all about? Your anything to do with your day-to-day habits, routines, work, diet, health, anything you put into your body, anything that you ingest. How are you taking care of your body? Are you exercising or not? This is also the house of your pets, animals, things like that. So with Venus newly in here, you know, this could be a really beneficial time for your work, whatever it is that you do for work. Now, if you don't work, again, apply this to your life. What do you do on a day-to-day basis? What is your habits and routines? If you want to meet someone new, by the way, wherever Venus goes in her charts, she can attract in new love and money. So again, maybe applying for a new job, Virgo, maybe getting a new job. I mean, you do have the full moon in your 10th house. Maybe you're saying see you later to a job, or you're retiring and you're moving into something else like specialty work or consulting work or something along those lines. But regardless, Venus should bring in some rewards in this area of life. Now, if you're a business owner, this is again beneficial. Really good time to hire people when Venus is in your 6th house too. You'll find the right people to work with you or for you. Even if you're trying to find like a landscaper or a contractor, really nice time to put out that bid and attract in that new contractor that's going to help you beautify whatever your home, your business, whatever the case may be. So Venus in here is very beneficial. You're going to crave the sweets, Virgo. I know Venus moving through the 6th house can kind of crave the sugary sweets. So just, again, I'm just going to throw that out there as a possibility. And again, you could attract in or could meet a powerful partner or powerful partnership at this time because Pluto is there as well. Actually, I can see some of you getting really swept up with that. But again, that's just part of the experience. That's part of the lesson they're sort of showing me. Okay, and then last but not least, I want to quickly cover off that Jupiter square Saturn. We kind of talked about this a little bit. Now, this is an ongoing story that started way back in middle of 2024. It's going to take us to middle of 2025. So something from June, July, August of this past year might come back around in a new form, in a new way, a new epiphanies, a new, like just something new, like something that you didn't realize before could be coming in. And as I mentioned at the beginning, Virgo, we have to work with what we got. We cannot keep expanding and taking on all these things. Jupiter at the top of your sky is making you take on the world. Time to rein that in. Saturn in your 7th house, challenging this Jupiter, is helping you with that, helping you crystallize something, helping you crystallize that contract, that agreement, that negotiation, paperwork, marriage, whatever this is for you. Again, this is your house of status. Okay, so for those of you that are going through a separation or divorce, I'm not saying all of you are going to be going through this. This is if you're already going through a separation or divorce. Again, this is going to continue to crystallize something in writing so both of you can part ways. But if it's going nowhere and you or your partner are reaching for the stars and bringing in Tom, Dick, and Harry and bringing in all these people and bringing in all these new facts, I don't know if it's going to go anywhere. You might need to give it more time. And again, work with whatever you have in front of you and apply this to your career as well. Maybe you want to do this and incorporate this and go do this and blah, 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 blah. Narrow it down, Virgo. Like bring it into focus. You know, Jupiter at the top of your sky can make you really scattered. But the nice thing is Saturn is here to bring in reality checks. And Virgo, I'm going to be honest with you, this could be a reality check. This could be like, hey, bring it down. Bring it out of the stars, out of the sky. Let's bring it into form, which is not a bad thing. It's crystallizing it. It's getting it on paper. It's getting it into form so you can continue to build on that. And this is going to be, in the long run, very beneficial for your career, very beneficial for your retirement, very beneficial for all of your relationships, Virgo. And it's going to benefit you as well. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted to highlight for the month ahead, Virgo. So enjoy December and happy holidays, and we'll see you again here in the new year. Bye for now. Hey Libra, you have lots of energy at the bottom of your sky this month. So let's break this down and talk about where I think your focus is going to be for the month of December, and also double new beginnings this month for each and every one of us, Libra. So, of course, depending on where you are on the planets, some of you would have experienced this on November the 30th, and some of us will experience this on December the 1st. But you have a new moon in your 3rd house, and also Mercury is going back and forth here, and also the sun is pouring energy into your 3rd house, Libra. And on top of it, this is making opportunity aspects to your Libra planets, placements, points, whatever you're watching for right now. So I love this energy for you, Libra. 3rd house is all about your local community, your place of living, the community that you belong to. This is your neighborhood, your neighbors. This could also be your siblings, your cousins, your extended family members or relatives. This is also the house of the mind, so you could be learning something new, Libra. Whether you are going back to school, you're being the student again, so to speak, or you are becoming the teacher, the mentor, the coach, the elder, and you're passing down your knowledge onto other individuals as well. This is also the house of technology. I'll get to Mercury retrograde in a second here, but this is covering off your transportation. So how it is that you get around, Libra, could be up for some change and also some introspection, because again, Mercury is going back and forth here as well. This is also technology from a new computer standpoint, a phone, a new vehicle, perhaps anything to do with new technological things that you want to purchase for yourself as well. Social media is covered off here. The internet is covered off here. And of course, this is a travel house. Actually, both lunations this month, the full moon and a new moon, is covering off your travel houses this month, Libra. So again, first of all, there's a new beginning happening here, but I'm going to warn you about traveling. The normal retrograde rules apply. So double, triple check your itinerary, your hotel stays, whether you're traveling by land or air or by sea, it doesn't matter. Double, triple check everything. If you're going by road, make sure you double, triple check the weather, and make sure you have some extra snacks on hand just in case you get stuck in traffic and things like that. Also, again, glitches in technology. If you do buy anything new, Libra, because I do see, you know, there's quite clearly a new beginning right off the hop in your third house of technology, of new vehicles. So if you do buy anything new, just hang on to those receipts, you know, or get that extra warranty if you can, if you do have to upgrade your vehicle this month. Or perhaps you had to do it last month. That's a possibility as well. So just make sure you hang on to that receipt, double, triple check the warranty, and you should be absolutely fine, Libra. So new beginnings here. Now, I'm going to jump to the end of the month here. The sun is now in your fourth house of Capricorn, and you have a new moon here at the end of the month. This is highlighting new beginnings on the home front. So whether this is home, family, children, this could be new beginnings for you as a parent, whether you're a parent to a human or you're a parent to a pet or an animal, so to speak. If you take care of, like if you work in a home, an elderly home or anything like that, or a hospital setting or anything like that, that could be up for some change as well. Your parents, if your parents are still with us, they could be experiencing a new beginning in this area of life as well, or new beginnings in general, because this is the mom and dad authority access as well. If you want to start a family, Libra, whether you're a male or female watching this video, really nice time to try for a family with the energy of the sun there and this beautiful new beginning making a nice aspect to Saturn. I would say yes, try for a family, regardless if you're male, female, doesn't matter. Now, this is also highlighting the house of retirement. So if you're looking to retire or thinking about retirement, that could be on the mind as well. Or again, some sort of new beginning could be happening with retirement, whatever that means to you or for you. There's a new beginning on the home front, Libra, in some way, shape, or form. So again, apply this to your situation and apply this to your life. Now let's jump up to that full moon at the top of your sky in your ninth house. So the ninth house is all about religion, spirituality. It's also about legal matters and paperwork stuff. So immigration, citizenship, visas, passports, things like that. Keep in mind, this is an ending. This is a culmination point. This is, again, highlighting your axis of education, upgrading your skill set. It doesn't matter what age you are. Maybe it's time to learn about social media. Maybe it's time to put yourself out there on online dating, or maybe it's time to learn more about something new, whatever you want, any topic that you want that pushes yourself outside of your comfort zone. You know, there could even be changes to your belief systems, Libra, because you do have Jupiter up in this area of life as well. So this is, again, a travel house. This is highlighting long distance travel. So traveling could definitely be on the menu for you this month, Libra, because I see double, lots of signatures here, lots of energy going into your travel houses. Also, this is the house of meeting people from all walks of life, all over the planet, connections all over the planet. This is the house of the gods, if I did not say that already. So spirituality could come to the forefront. And also this full moon, if you have anything around 23 degrees of Libra, this is also going to add an additional layer or a flavor to your experience of this ending, whatever this ending is. And Jupiter up here, we'll talk about that in a second, but Jupiter here is trying to expand this area of life for you, Libra, and push you outside of your comfort zone, because I feel like that's where you're going to find some gold nuggets. You're going to find joy, happiness, like something that you've never experienced before. If you're able to travel, this is synchronicity at its finest, Libra. So anyway, so hopefully that gives you some ideas of what could be coming down the pipe for you for the month of December. Also, did I mention book publishing? Book publishing, writing, again, anything to do with putting yourself out there, whether you're looking to meet someone new or advance your career or make connections all over the globe, expand your business. If you have a business, Libra, my goodness, with Jupiter here at the top of your sky, this is the time to think big and go big. Maybe not necessarily this month, but maybe when Jupiter goes direct, which I'll talk about in the next few months ahead, to really launch your business to a wider audience. This is reaching a wider, bigger audience. And also Mars in your 11th house can make that happen too. And Mars is going retrograde as well this month, making you go over old ground that maybe you missed something, or maybe there's something that you didn't think about and now it comes into your mind, and then you can launch it or put yourself out there, or again, change something for your benefit, Libra. Okay, so those are the luminaries this month. Now let's talk about Venus. So I love that Venus is moving into your 5th house this month. You also have Pluto there. So you have Pluto pouring in transformational, harmonious energy into your life over the next 20 years. But I don't want to make it sound like a cakewalk. It's not going to be a cakewalk. And I know some of you are going to call me a Debbie Downer and whatever. I don't care. But like Pluto, you can't sugarcoat Pluto. Just hearing from my clients, Pluto trines can bring big change into your life. So yes, you have Pluto supporting you, but from a transformational lens from your 5th house. Now with Venus coming together with Pluto, if you are single, and again, looking for a new partnership, looking for a new romance, you could definitely meet a powerful partner at this time. With Venus coming together with Pluto. And especially if you have anything at the beginning degrees of Libra, this is going to enhance that experience. And you have I noticed you also have the nodes here. So there could be a very karmic connection to this some sort of new beginning that possibly comes in this month for you from a love perspective. Now, if that doesn't resonate with you, take this as really beneficial energy coming in for your kids, whether they're young or old, it doesn't matter. This is really nice energy coming in. This is benefits coming in to you from your children. That could be a possibility as well. This is also really nice for creative projects, creative endeavors. So whether you're working or not working, apply this to your life. So how can you bring in new creativity or new self-expression into your work? For example, if you are an artist, if you are a writer, a publisher, anything to do with the arts, really nice energy coming in for you this month, Libra. So take advantage with Venus in this 5th house. This is also the house of joy and pleasure. Really nice time to pamper yourself, to whatever that means for you, whatever brings you pleasure, joy, whether it's food, whether it's traveling, whether it's, what else could this be? What else does Venus rule? Well, again, this could bring in money. This could bring in money and benefits. Venus does rule your 8th house as well. So this is your ruler. So you're kind of like powering up when Venus conjuncts Pluto here. But all in all, really nice benefits and blessings coming your way when Venus transits that 5th house. And you could find, again, new ways to express yourself, because at some point Venus is going to be making a trine up to your Jupiter in that 9th house, which we already talked about. Now, Mars going retrograde. I made a separate video about that. So if you want to check that out below, because Mars will be going retrograde in your 10th house of career, of status, of mom, dad, authority figures, you as a parent, and then also backtracking where he currently is in your 11th house of friendship groups and circles. So check out that video if you want to learn more about what that could mean for you over the next several months while Mars is transiting these 2 houses for you. Okay, and then yeah, we talked about Mercury and Sag, and last but not least, I want to talk about the Jupiter-Saturn square here. So again, this isn't new energy. This has been around since middle of 2024. It's going to take us well into 2025. So this is something, this is like they're showing me a pressure cooker for you, Libra, in particular. So they're trying to, think of a diamond, right? That's what they're showing me. They're trying to refine something in you. So we talked about Jupiter in your 9th house. about higher education, teaching, learning, pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. So whether you're working or not working, apply this to your life. Like learning something new, I think is going to be big for you, Libra, whatever that means. Also traveling, if you're able to travel, I think synchronicity is going to take on a whole new level, and these experiences are going to really impact your soul if you're able to do any sort of traveling. So Jupiter expanding your ninth house can make your head spin, because sometimes Jupiter, he's wonderful, but he expands too big too fast, especially in Gemini. He's very scattered. He's not grounded. So here comes Saturn in your sixth house of work, of day-to-day habits, routines, your health, your pets. Saturn's coming along, giving you kind of a gut check here. This could be a reality check with your health and well-being. This could be a reality check with something that you're doing day to day that you need to get rid of, that you need to cut out. Or this could be a reality check up to that ninth house that we talked about as well. Your pets could need extra attention at this time as well. Also, any new pets that you've incorporated into your life, even the last since 2011, 2012, you have a very spiritual connection to this pet. So, but yeah, don't ignore the signs that they're giving as well. They might need some extra care this month, because Saturn can also impact not only our health and make us do a health check, also with our pets as well. It's good to take them in and get their health and well-being checked as well. But Saturn here is helping you crystallize something into form, whether it is your diet, your routine, a new work environment, whether you own a business, run a business, or retired, it doesn't matter. Apply this to your situation, your circumstances. So I actually love this for you, Libra. This is going to make you very resilient in this area of life. And yes, Jupiter is trying to expand you on multiple different levels. But yeah, Saturn's going to come along and make sure it's grounded in reality, and just work with what you have, Libra. So instead of buying another course and doing this and doing that in that ninth house, or booking 17 trips in the next 6 months, do you really need that? Do you really have to do that? Unless it's for work, that's different. But just focus in, hone in on what you have right in front of you. Don't take on anything new unless you have to, and just work with what you got. And this is going to be phenomenal if you're trying to get your health in order. This is amazing to get your health back, Libra. Again, if this applies to you, I can understand this won't apply to all of you, and apply this to your work life too. This is your working environment too. Like if your working environment is driving you nuts, if your coworkers are driving you nuts, Libra, then I don't know, can your employer buy you some canceling headphones? Can they help you in the current working environment, or is it time to move on and take on a new job? And Mars at the top of your sky might help you do that, cut, sever, end a job that is not working for you, and you can find a new career or find a new job that supports you and helps you, and you find you're able to express yourself, Libra, a little bit more. That could be a possibility too. Otherwise, Libra, enjoy the month of December. Happy holidays, and we'll see you back here next month. Bye for now. Hey, Scorpio, let's talk about the month ahead and where I think your focus and some new beginnings could be happening for you this month. So your financial houses are lit up like a Christmas tree this month. Scorpio, how fitting is that? But I love this new energy coming in for you. So we have dual new beginnings this month. Depending on where you are on the planet, of course, some of you might have already experienced this on November the 30th, but it doesn't matter. It's 2 new beginnings. That's all that matters, Scorpio. So let's break this down. You have a new beginning in your second house and your third house. Plus, on top of it, the sun will energize both of those houses, of course, as the sun moves from Sag to Cap. And then you have Mercury going back and forth in this financial house as well. So Mercury retrograde in your second house. First of all, it's just making you gut check where your finances are going. It's making you kind of turn maybe a sharper eye on spending, material possessions, where is your money going, investments, and things like that. Also, this is a work house. So maybe there's going to be some changes on the work front, or maybe new beginnings on the work front in some way, shape, or form. A new moon here right off the hop, December the 1st could bring in new work opportunities, Scorpio, but that's only if you're interested in that. I also noticed Mars at the top of your sky too. Mars can cut and sever away a job that is no longer working for you, and then this new moon could bring in some sort of new energy. Now, if that doesn't apply, then apply this to your financial situation, material possessions, buying, selling of things. Maybe it's time to clean out the garage and get rid of things and line your own pockets, Scorpio. That could be a possibility. This is also the house of skills, talents, and abilities. So Mercury here and this new beginning here can also help you upgrade your skill set, Scorpio. Whether this is for your day-to-day work, whether you're retired, apply this to your situation. But Mercury here in this new beginning is asking you to get creative with something and incorporate something new when it comes to your mind, when it comes to your talent. Build on your own talent, skills, and abilities, or again, push yourself outside of your comfort zone and learn something new, whether it's a new tech gadget, whether it's new, like a woodworking course, or it's just upgrading your current skill set so you can do better in your job, or maybe apply for that promotion, whatever you want to do with this new beginning, Scorpio. So that's one new beginning. Now let's jump to the end of the month, December the 30th. You'll have a new beginning in your third house. This is your Capricorn house, and this is actually bringing in opportunities into your Scorpio house. So if you know your chart, if you have anything around 9 degrees of Scorpio, this is going to amp up that brand new beginning. And if you don't know your chart, don't worry about it. This is new beginnings regardless, opportunities regardless coming your way. Now, the third house is more so about siblings, cousins, neighbors, relatives, extended family members. This is, again, a new beginning, possibly in their lives. You could be thinking about, maybe you're thinking about moving, Scorpio. That could be a possibility as well, because the third house is neighborhoods, your place of living, your community, as well, like your local environment, your place of wherever you're living in a town or a city or whatever the case may be. So that could be on the menu as well this month, or some sort of new beginning being incorporated this month. Third house is also technology and vehicles and transportation and how it is that you get around. So maybe it's time to buy a new vehicle. Maybe it's time to buy a new bike. Maybe it's time to buy a new pair of running shoes. However it is that you get around, Scorpio, this is the time to bring in something new, or again, plant those seeds of intention of what you want to manifest in this area of life over the next 6 months. If it is something big that you want to buy, like a new vehicle, for example, maybe start saving. With Mercury going back and forth in your second house, maybe make a plan. Can you save, whatever down payment you want? Can you save $5,000 or $6,000 so you can go buy a vehicle in 6 months? That could be a possibility as well. Or again, a bike, or, apply this to your situation. Third house is also technology, right? If you need a new computer, if you need a new laptop, if you need a new cell phone, same thing applies. You could be upgrading your gadgets right now. My only caution is, anything electronic, including vehicles, if you do have to upgrade, just hang on to those receipts. Maybe get extra warranty if you're able to do that, just because Mercury is retrograde right now. He is going direct on the 15th of the month, but he's still going to be in shadow for about 12 days afterwards. So just keep that in mind. But again, during Mercury retrograde, sometimes that is a good time to find good deals on electronics and vehicles and gifts and things like that too, Scorpio. But just hang on to those receipts. I'll just caution you on that. Third house is also like teaching, going back to school, education, if you're a teacher, or if, again, we talked about upgrading your skill set. Or maybe you becoming the elder and you passing down your knowledge to somebody else, or you are just finishing up school and now it's time to apprentice and get out in the working world. Again, apply this to your circumstance or your situation. So new beginnings abound, Scorpio. Now let's move on to that full moon in Gemini. Again, in a financial house for you. So this is a culmination. This is an ending. This is kind of like one chapter closing, another one is opening up. So this is highlighting your partner's income. If you are connected to a partner, whether in love or business, this could be highlighting their income in some way, shape, or form. or, well, regardless, it's going to impact you. Any changes to your partner's income is probably going to impact you, Scorpio. But again, this could be maybe you finally are able to get a mortgage. Maybe you're finally able to get that car loan. Maybe you're able to finally get that property, you know, buying land or buying an RV or whatever the case may be. The eighth house is the house of big, chunky money. It's bigger finances. This could also have something to do with investments. Maybe you're cashing out those investments if you're retired. Maybe that would make sense. Or maybe you're, again, cashing out something to put towards something else, because you do have a new beginning with regards to your material possessions. So buying and selling could be on the menu for you this month as well, Scorpio. This could also be about healing, you know, physical, mental, emotional healing, you know, an aha moment, an epiphany, finding the right doctor, finding the right physician, finding the right medical treatment plan, finding the right holistic plan, finding the right naturopathic doctor. You know, apply this to your circumstance. But this is also like illuminating that as well, where something is coming to a close so you can move on and focus on something else or a new area of life, for example. So all in all, really nice energy coming in for you, Scorpio. What else do we have here? So we talked about Mercury and Sag. Mars in Leo, this is your ruler going backwards this month, starting on the 6th of December. And he's going to backtrack into your Cancerian house. Now, Scorpio, I made a separate video about this. So if you'd like to learn more about that, check out the link in the description box below under retrograde transits, and you'll find the Mars retrograde there if you want to learn more about what this means or could mean for you, because Mars at the top of your sky, yeah, you could definitely change careers or definitely move into retirement, or something to do with you as a parent could be shifting and changing as well. Venus in Aquarius. So I love this for you, Scorpio. This is at the bottom of your sky. This is going to bring in love and harmony into your home setting. I love this for you, Scorpio. So wherever Venus goes, she smooths things over. She also attracts in love and money and blessings as well. So good harmonious energy coming into your home family sector just in time for the holidays. I love this for you, Scorpio. I think we all need this, except you're the lucky one that actually gets it in your 4th house. Now, if you're single and looking to meet someone new, you could actually meet somebody quite powerful, because Venus is going to come up together with Pluto, who's your modern ruler. Your ancient ruler is Mars, but the more modern ruler is Pluto. So Venus coming together with your modern ruler, you could meet a very powerful human. You know, male, female, they, them, it doesn't matter. But they'll probably be from your local environment. This is also really nice energy coming in for your current relationships as well. You can bring the spice back. You can bring the sexy back as well. Which I absolutely love for you as well, Scorpio. This is also good for your kids, good for renovating the home, beautifying the home, you know, painting, anything like that, like just making your home cozy and delicious, Scorpio. This, like, you'll crave that, you know, if you celebrate the holidays, you're going to want to put up the beautiful Christmas tree and things like that. So you'll really, really love this energy, Scorpio. I'm so jealous. Look at me. I'm envious of you, Scorpio, because you have this in your 4th house. So yeah, take advantage of this over the next 3 to 4 weeks. You're going to love this energy. And like I said, if you're open to meeting someone new, put yourself out there, go to those social events, go to the Christmas parties, go to the local, wherever people gather in your local community, because I feel like you could bump into people even from your past, but whoever you bump into, they're going to be, there's going to be this magnetic attraction between you two. But again, keep in mind, this is also good for your current partnerships as well. Okay, and then the last thing I just wanted to quickly cover is the Jupiter square Saturn and what that could mean. So Jupiter, lucky you, up in your 8th house, expanding your finances in some way, shape, or form. Also, this would have been benefiting your partner's finances as well. So maybe they got a new job, or they got a bonus or promotion, or they got a big lump sum of money from, I don't know, the government, an ex, something along those lines. Jupiter in the 8th house also benefits your partner, whether this is in business or in love, which benefits you ultimately. But Jupiter here can make your head spin. You know, like maybe you got a big bloated mortgage. Maybe you got, you know, maybe you bought the fancy sports car or something and you're like, oh my God, like look at these payments I'm making, right? It's kind of like a gut check, a reality check, right? Don't get me wrong, Jupiter is fabulous. I love working with Jupiter, but he can sometimes make us get too big too fast, expand too much, and scatter the energy, especially with Gemini. Like, I mean, his head is spinning, never mind our heads. So this is a time to just focus on what's in front of you, Scorpio, because Saturn down in your 5th house, by the way, Saturn's making awesome aspects to you, making wonderful harmonious aspects to you. Same with Neptune. So this energy might not be as bad for you as some other signs. And I'm not saying I shouldn't say it's bad, but maybe easier for you to work with than maybe some other signs. And it depends on how you're living, Scorpio. Some folks, it'll just be business as usual. We've been dealing with this energy since middle of 2024. We're going to continue with this energy until 2025. Again, Saturn is helping you crystallize and build something in this 5th area of life. And Jupiter is trying to do the same, except Jupiter's like really expanding your 8th house. Great for finances, but you can also blow a lot of money and go into a lot of debt. Saturn's going to come along and say, but Scorpio, how can we fine tune this? How can we make this work? Okay, you took on the big mortgage, you got the new car or whatever, but how are we going to make this work over X amount of years? You know, Saturn's good that way. He grounds us back into reality. So I love working with Saturn too. But yeah, he's a tough cookie. Let's just put it that way. He can be rough to work with, especially when it comes to reality checks. So Scorpio, if you're frustrated when it comes to financial matters or children, maybe your kids are bleeding you dry. Maybe you're looking at your visa and you're like, holy crap, I spent, you know, $5,000 on my kids, like, you know, putting them through hockey, or, well, never mind 5,000, probably 20 grand putting them through hockey or putting them through dance or something like that. And it's like a reality check comes in and you're like, holy crap, how am I going to make this work? And you will make it work, Scorpio. That's the whole point of this energy, is it brings us focus back to whatever's in front of us. To try not to take on anything new, Scorpio, unless you have to. You know, if you have to, you have to. But try to just focus on what is in front of you and get creative. Saturn and Neptune in your 5th house of creativity and self-expression and hobbies and love and romance and dating and joy and vacationing. You know, work with this energy. You know, Neptune is also making it very dreamy in this area of life as well. But Saturn is helping you try to build something, you know, even if it's just trying to be that role figure or model for your kids. It could be just something very simple as that, or teaching your kids about finances, or you know what, maybe saying the N word to your kids, the no, like putting up those boundaries, saying, kids, I'm sorry, you guys, I can't buy you everything and the sun and the stars and the moon and everything else. Like, maybe it's time to tighten up the belt when it comes to spending money on your kids. And again, if it's not your kids, if you don't have kids, then apply this to a hobby. You know, are you blowing too much money on that bottle cap collection? Or I don't know, whatever you love to do. The 5th house is what lights us up. It's what brings us joy. And the 5th house makes a wonderful aspect to you, Scorpio. So I think you'll be able to handle this, like I said, quite well. But again, rein it in and just get creative. And if it gets frustrating and if you feel like you're just up against a brick wall, it's okay. Just one little step at a time. Take one bite at a time. Try not to overwhelm yourself and take a break. Your ruler going backwards means take a break if you can, Scorpio. December, January, February, you know, give yourself permission to take a break as well. Okay, Scorpio, enjoy the month of December and we'll see you back here in the new year. Bye for now. Hey, Sagittarius, welcome to December. Let's talk about where I can see a couple new beginnings coming in for you this month. And before I forget, I want to wish you a happy birthday if you are celebrating a birthday this month, Sag. And set those birthday wishes on or around December the 1st. This is your new moon to plant those birthday wishes of what you want to manifest over the next 6 months or so, because this new moon is in your first house. So this is all about you, Sag. If you want to wish for a new career, if you want to wish for retirement, if you want to wish for a new home, if you want to wish for a new partner, whatever you want, money, whatever you want, Sag, because you also have a new moon in your money sector as well, which I'll get to. But yeah, right off the hop, we have this brand new beginning in your first house, and it really could ripple out to all areas of life. Or maybe it's you, Sag. Maybe you're getting a makeover. Maybe you're changing your hairstyle, changing the way you dress, changing the way you look, changing something about you, your persona, your aura, whatever you want to call it, of how you want to be known and how you want to walk into the world, Sag. Because Mercury is also going back and forth in your sign this month as well, and will continue to bring in that reassessment, readjustments on multiple levels. The physical body, how are you taking care of the body? How can you move the body more? How can you get healthy? And if you're already healthy, well, then what else can you do to incorporate movement? I'm really picking up for you, Sag, moving the body, even if it's just walking, okay? I'm not telling you to go skydiving. Like, just heed the call this month. I feel like synchronicity could be really high for you this month as well. Heed the call, heed those nudges this month, Sag. So that's the energy pouring into your first house. Now I'm going to skip to the end of the month where we're going to have a new moon in your second house of Capricorn. This is going to happen on or around December the 30th. Now the second house is your work, whatever it is that you do, on a day-to-day basis from a work perspective, or how money comes to you, Sagittarius. So if you're retired, how do you get money? Do you get it from your pension? Do you get it from your 401k? Do you get it from your RSPs? Do you get it from a side hustle? Do you get it from a partner? Do you get it from your kids? Like, how do you pay the rent, pay the utility bills, pay for gas in your car or electricity in your car, whatever? Sag, you catch my drift. So there's new beginnings coming into this area of life. You could be buying more material possessions. Buying and selling is highlighted here. Property, new work, new skills, talents, abilities, upgrading your skill set could be coming to the forefront as well, Sag. So I love this new beginning. I feel like this is like a brand new you, Sag. I feel like I see you as like a brand new shiny toy or something, which is interesting. So I love this for you. Absolutely love this for you. Now let's jump to that full moon, because it's also shining a spotlight right on you, Sag. Full moons always illuminate both houses, both sides of the axes. So you do have a full moon in your seventh house, but again, this is going to illuminate you. So again, there's like 3 signatures here of like new beginnings for you, Sag. So I love, love, love this. I think you, out of all the signs this month, could bring in big change into your life if you wanted to, go that route, so to speak. Okay, full moon in Gemini, and this is also when Mercury is going to go direct in your sign. So you could get more traction starting on the 15th or after the 15th of the month. This is also a culmination point and ending. So this could be something to do with a relationship, something to do with a marriage, something to do with a work commitment. This is contracts, agreements, negotiations that you've made with another person. There's an ending, a culmination point, or a modification that's happening here in your 7th house. And did I say marriage? This is also a marriage house as well. With Jupiter in the 7th house, this could definitely, if it hasn't already, this usually brings in a wonderful, serious partnership into your life, especially if your rising sign goes through Sagittarius. That means your descendant, your love line is in Gemini. So Jupiter conjunct the descendant can bring in great blessings into your partnership. So whether this is in love, in business, friendships, whatever the case may be, marriage proposals, things like that. So Jupiter in your 7th house is ultimately a blessing, but it can also be a challenging aspect because Jupiter's opposing you. So Jupiter is trying to rebalance something in this area of life. Jupiter is also your ruler. So Jupiter is also like, okay, don't forget about yourself. Don't be all about other people. Are you in this relationship for the right reasons? Are you in this relationship for you, or are you doing it just for them? You know, things like that will continue to come up for you if they haven't already over the next 6 months or so before Jupiter pops into your 8th house. So those are the luminaries this month. Now, let's see here, Mars and Leo. If you want to check out my Mars retrograde video below, I'll put the link in the description box below, Mars retrograde or retrograde transits, I have it under, and you can learn a little bit more about what this retrograde could mean for you, Sagittarius, with Mars going backwards in Cancer and in Leo, and what that means for you. Now, Venus in Aquarius, this is really nice energy. Pluto newly in this sign that's going to totally transform and transmute third house matters. Now, Venus in the third house is really nice energy to bring in for your, I love this for the holiday season for you, Sag. So this brings in harmonious, loving energy into your relationships with siblings, cousins, neighbors, extended family members, and relatives. Now, if you are single, Sag, and looking to meet someone new, you could meet a very powerful love connection, let's say, or a friendship connection as well. That's a possibility as well, because Venus does rule your 11th house of friendships. So she can bring in a very powerful connection here, and it might be fairly karmic as well. I'm just going to put it out there because she's also making a very close aspect to the nodes and also Pluto. Pluto can also sometimes be very karmic for us as well. So they're going to come together in your third house, and this person is in your local community, your local environment. It might be a female. I'm leaning more towards a female, but again, it could be they, them, or somebody who, it could be a male as well, but really is in touch with his feminine energy, and he's not ashamed of it, or not worried about what other people think of him, of how he expresses it, is sort of how they're showing that to me. So I'm more so leaning towards a very powerful female partner, whether this is in love, business, or again, friendships for you, Sag. And this is really nice energy coming in. Now, if that doesn't resonate with you, again, this could be about upgrading your education, which I kind of touched on in your second house, where you have that new beginning of upgrading your skill set. So Venus and Pluto in here could help you upgrade your skill set, education, going back to school, you learning something new, or you becoming the student all over again, or you becoming the mentor, the teacher, the coach, and you're going to get a lot of benefits out of it. And you're also going to enhance your friendship circles with this energy as well. Venus in the third house too is all about buying, right? So wherever she goes, she attracts in love and money. So this could be about, you know, upgrading your tech, your gadgets, your cell phones, your laptops. Transportation is in this house as well. Traveling, whether it's short distance or long distance, traveling could be on the menu, or planning to travel would be maybe a nice getaway for you, Sag, whether you're doing it this month, next month, or in February, whatever the case may be. So she could be bringing in those sort of like blessings and harmonious energy for you as well. But yeah, beautiful energy for the holidays. Like, I am envious of you, Sag, because this is such nice energy for family and friend, colleagues, whatever you want to call it. Really nice energy for gathering with people in your local community, your local environment. Okay, last but not least, I wanted to touch on the ongoing Jupiter square Saturn. Now, keep in mind, this is not new energy. So this has been with us middle of 2024 into middle of 2025. So we're about the halfway point. And this does involve your ruler, Sag. So, you know, this is really crunch time for you to, I feel like, possibly changing your life, Sag. I'm going to throw it out there. The reason why I'm saying that is because you got so much energy in that first house. You got Mercury retrograde in your first house. You got a new beginning in your first house. And you have a full moon that's shining a light on your first house. You got Jupiter in your 7th house of relationships. You got Saturn and Neptune at the bottom of your sky in your home sector. And all of this energy could also manifest in your career at the top of your sky in your Virgo house. So those are what I call the big angles of life. So whenever I see a lot of energy in the 1st, the 4th, the 7th, and the 10th, that could be really big life changes, like really exciting changes. So if you want to change your life, Sag, I'm not saying it's going to be a cakewalk, because it's not. But it doesn't mean you can have a good time as you go along, right? Like that's the whole point of the journey. So Jupiter in your 7th house is expanding your relationships in some way, shape, or form. Again, apply this to your life, whether this is relationships on the with friends, lovers, business partnerships, contracts, agreements, negotiations, marriage. Okay, that's the 7th house. Saturn down in your 4th house is trying to crystallize something to do with your home life. This could be about your kids. Again, this could be about your marriage, people that you live with, your literal physical home. Do you want to move? Do you want to rebuild? Do you want to renovate? Do you want to move across the country? With Neptune here, and Neptune's been here since 2011, 2012, helping you dissolve something in this area of life as well, change something in this area of life. You as a parent, I have no doubt, if you are a parent, whether it's to a pet or a human, that has changed. Parenthood, what does parenthood mean to you has changed. And again, Saturn is coming along trying to crystallize something and bring it into form for you as well. Also, this is reality checks with Saturn. So, and because you have all this energy at the bottom of your sky and at the corners, this could also like catapult into your career, manifest something to do with in your career as well. This could also be your parents. If your parents are still with us, this could also be changes in their lives as well, like something is changing in their lives. So with these two heavy hitters squaring off, Saturn in your 4th house, Jupiter in your 7th house. Jupiter in the 7th can also make your head spin. Like it can bring people coming at you, all walks of life, you know, so, or contracts being thrown at you, or just lots of energy coming at you with Jupiter in Gemini. And it can make your head spin, quite literally. And this is your ruler. So I've no doubt you and Pisces are the only two signs that would feel this the most, because Pisces is also ruled by Jupiter. So Saturn is trying to help you hone in on this. And yes, he might bring in some reality checks when it comes to your home, family, living circumstances, situation, something to do with your parents. Yeah, Saturn's asking you to like bring it in. Focus on a couple things, one step at a time, one bite at a time. That's all you can do, Sag. That's all we can do as a collective with this energy. And just slow and steady will win the race. And I know you don't want to hear that. You're a fire sign. You want to go, go, go. You want crap done yesterday. But this energy is really asking us to slow down. Mars retrograde is really asking us to slow down. Mercury retrograde is asking us to slow down. And then on the other back end of this, we're going to get Venus retrograde coming up in March. So there's a reason for this, though. There's definitely a reason. We're just being asked to work with what we got. And something that you were dealing with in June, July, August might take a different form this month. Or maybe it was last month, or maybe it's in January. But something that you were dealing with back then is going to change, transmute, or the focus is going to be different. Like suddenly you're going to see something that you never saw before, like an aha moment or an epiphany. And again, these are happening at your big angle, Sag. So this could really ripple out to any area of life. All right, Sagittarius, enjoy the month ahead. Happy holidays, and we'll see you back here in the new year. Bye for now. Hey Capricorn, welcome to December, and also happy birthday, Capricorn. If you are celebrating a birthday this month, I want to wish you a fantastic year ahead and new beginnings this month. Capricorn, double new beginning. Like what a birthday. If your birthday is this month, what a month to celebrate with dual new beginnings. Of course, depending on where you are on the planet, but regardless, we would have had either 2 new beginnings last month or 2 new beginnings this month. So anyway, Capricorn, I'm going to jump to, forgive me, I'm going to jump all over the place here. So I'm going to jump right to your new moon in your sign on December the 30th. So this is your new moon to plant your birthday wishes, to plant those intentions. Even if you're a Capricorn rising, like myself, I'm a Cap rising, plant those new moon wishes because this is your energy, especially once the sun touches into Capricorn, 0 degrees. We're all going to feel it. We're all going to, I hope at some point, be lit up like a Christmas tree. Maybe not for all of us. It depends on how you want to use this energy. But plant those seeds of intention. This is your birthday new moon. What do you want to manifest in the next 6 to 12 months? Because anything can happen in your first house. And Pluto has now moved on, like hallelujah. But yes, he's in a new area of life. It doesn't mean this is going to be a cakewalk. But I mean, Pluto in the first house is very challenging. You know, I personally think it's probably one of the most challenging positions. But I mean, Pluto period is not, he's very difficult to manage and deal with. Absolutely. Because he makes us go to the deep, dark depths of their soul that we didn't even know was there, basically. So he's the only planet that can do that. So Capricorn, take advantage of this. New beginnings in your first house, end of the month. This could ripple out to any area of life. This new moon is making a really nice aspect to Saturn, your ruler. So again, Saturn's going to help you crystallize this new beginning, to crystallize these seeds of intention that you're going to plant at the end of the month into the new year. And how are they going to blossom and bloom and manifest? How are you going to water them and tend to them? You know, tend to the garden, so to speak, and work that soil, they're showing me, and you will manifest your heart's desire. Yeah, they're showing me like also with all this energy in your 12th house. So yeah, forgive me, I'm going to go backwards here. I just wanted to start with your new moon. This is your new moon. We only get this every 6 months or so. So plant those seeds of intention of what you want to manifest in this area of life, any area of life, because it is your first house. 12th house energy is being amped up too. You got the sun there right now before he moves into Capricorn. You also have a new beginning in this 12th house right off the hop, December the 1st, and Mercury retrograde in here as well. This is the house of endings. This is the house of spirituality. This is the house of anything hidden, skeletons in the closet. This is, well, I have a feeling you might not have any skeletons in the closet left once Pluto moved through here. When Pluto was moving through Sagittarius, definitely no more skeletons in the closet. But this is like an awakening, and they're showing me a brand new rebirth for all the Capricorns out there, especially if, well, specifically sun and rising, and even if your moon is there as well, because this is new beginnings on the home front. What does home and family and foundation mean to you? What does it mean to be a parent? If you are a parent, whether it's to a pet or a human, for example. So Capricorn, also take a break, please. Do me a favor and take a break this month if you can. And I can already hear it. Some of you are saying, I can't. Okay, that's fine. But don't burn the candle at both ends. I feel like that could catch up with you. So I'm just going to put it out there. You do have a full moon in your house of health and well-being. So depending on how you're taking care of yourself, this is also asking you to slow down, get the rest you need. Incorporate some sort of spirituality in your routine, into your day-to-day. 5-minute meditation, 5 minutes in nature, a 5-minute, I don't know, bath or sauna or something along those lines. Just they're showing me and telling me, take a breath for you, Capricorn. Like, take a breath for you, because you're going to be reborn again. Yeah, it's really interesting. They're showing me like a rebirth for all of the Capricorns out there. And now you can finally move forward as the powerhouse that you are. You know, it's just going to be phenomenal. Anyway, so that's that 12th house energy: solitude, relaxation, bringing in the quiet time, bringing in the me time, healing, physical, mental, psychological, whatever that means for you. If you need to work with a counselor, a healer, a medical practitioner, a spiritual healer, whatever the case may be, you can call that in at this time. Or this might be in focus for you for the first half of December as well. And if you need help with that, call that in. Call that in with your spiritual team, your guides, God, Buddha, whoever. Call that in around this new moon. So that's, again, at the beginning of the month, on or around December the 1st. So you are preparing for a brand new cycle, Capricorn. I love this new beginning because it's like the dark meets the light. With this 12th house new moon and the first house new moon, it's like, yeah, the hidden becomes the light. It's just, I can go on and on about this. It's so weird. I'm getting so many downloads. It's just, anyway, it's going to be a good month, Capricorn. It's going to be a really good month. Now let's hop to that full moon in Gemini in your 6th house on the 15th of December. That's exactly the same day Mercury is going to go direct as well. But again, this full moon illuminates both of the axes. So it's illuminating not only your 6th house, but again, pouring energy into that 12th house, which I just talked about. And did I mention Mercury going back and forth in this hidden 12th house too? Again, be open to downloads, be open to messages, be open to your guides, be open to spirituality. Even if you're just cracking the door open like this, be open to it, Capricorn, because I feel like, well, reassessments. Mercury going back and forth is reassessing your health, reassessing healing and solitude, reassessing awakenings, reassessing endings and new beginnings. And what does that mean for you? So this full moon is also going to illuminate that, believe it or not. Like, there's so much emphasis on this hidden 12th house. But the full moon in the 6th house is the literal day-to-day stuff, the mundane stuff, day-to-day duty, responsibility, running the kids around, paying the bills, working, our work environment, our coworkers, whether you're the boss or you're working for a employer. This is the atmosphere, this is the environment, this is your health and well-being. Like I mentioned, try not to burn the candles at both ends, because you might get a reality check this month coming from Saturn and Jupiter in your house of health. Also, that full moon could be a realization of your health, a realization of a shift, a pivot that you have to do with regards to your health. Now, again, this won't be for everyone, okay? I don't have your chart in front of me. I'm just looking at the chart the way I have it as is. Apply this to your situation, apply this to your life. If you're retired, again, same thing. What do you want to do day to day? Do you want to sit in the house and be a couch potato, which is totally fine? Do you want to take a break? How do you want to assist humanity? How do you want to be of service to your local environment, your local community? Pay attention to your pets as well. Your pets might need extra attention this month as well. Actually over the whole year, your pets might need extra attention from middle of 2024 to middle of 2025. So pay close attention to your pet's health as well, and also your health as well, Capricorn. But quite literally, this could also be new work coming in for you, Capricorn. If you are looking to put yourself out there and call in new work, that could be a possibility as well. New diets, new routines, new health regimes, getting back on track, things like that. I know the holidays is so rough. So, I mean, if you can't do it this month, Capricorn, do it right after the holidays. Try to get on the bandwagon sooner than later. Speaking of work, Venus in your 2nd house of work. Yes, we have multiple work houses. So the 2nd house, the 6th house, and the 10th house is all connected to our wealth and also work. Venus in the 2nd house can absolutely bring a job your way. It's going to conjunct Pluto newly in this house for you. This could bring in a powerful new beginning with work, or whatever it is that you do to earn an income. If you do not work, well, then how are you living right now? How are you paying your bills? How do you have a roof over your head? How are you watching this video right now? Who's paying for that device that you're watching this video on right now? So things like that, Capricorn, could be up for some introspection. Now, Venus in this house is really nice. It attracts in love and money. If you are looking to date or meet somebody new, Venus conjunct Pluto can absolutely bring in a very powerful person. I was going to say partner, so I'll throw that out there too. Partner in business. If love doesn't apply to you, or if you have no qualms about love, then this would be a business partnership, a business idea, an entrepreneurship opportunity, a collaboration. Pluto does rule your 11th house of friendship circles, groups, people that you hang out with. You could meet love through a friend, through an existing friendship circle, or a new friendship circle as well. But regardless, Venus here attracts and will pull in these blessings into this second house. Second house is also about skills, talents, abilities. Pluto moving through here, I have no doubt, is going to go through a heavy duty overhaul over the next 20 years in this area of life for you, Capricorn. So Venus in the second house is very beneficial. Money should be coming your way, Capricorn, in some way, shape, or form. Bonuses, commissions, alimony, government checks, whatever the case may be, tax breaks, things like that should be coming your way. Also benefits maybe coming in from your kids or hobbies or side hustles or something along those lines as well, Capricorn. Now, Mars retrograde in Leo, I'm not going to cover off. I made a separate video about Mars retrograde, so you can check that out in the description box below to find out more about what that means for you with Mars going retrograde in your 7th house and in your 8th house of finances as well. Last but not least, what I wanted to kind of cover off is Jupiter squaring off to Saturn. So I kind of mentioned this a little bit about reality checks, gut checks, reassessing, working with what you have in front of you, Capricorn. So Jupiter in the 6th house is a blessing for work, or it's a blessing to your day-to-day duties and habits and responsibilities, but it can make your head spin. It can also bring in way too much energy in this house, like way too many duties and responsibilities and driving here and driving there and offers and work and this and that. It can be too much. It can be very overwhelming. So with Jupiter retrograde, it's actually kind of a blessing right now. We're kind of taking a step back. Saturn is giving you that gut check from the 3rd house, and Saturn is helping you. Saturn is your ruler, by the way. Saturn is trying to hone you in on a couple things. Just focus on a couple things, Capricorn. Ground yourself, ground the ideas, crystallize the ideas. Saturn is really trying to help you crystallize in this 3rd area of house. And you've had Neptune here since like 2011, 2012, enhancing the spirituality aspect or the romance aspect or dissolving things, dissolving a communication, something to do with your how you communicate, the mind, your learning, education, teaching, coaching, even transportation. Something here is dissolving as well since 2011, 2012. So Saturn here is trying to also instill boundaries when it comes to family members, when it comes to relatives, cousins, neighbors, siblings even. Saturn here is trying to also help you put up boundaries. So you are allowed to say the N-word, no, to a neighbor that keeps borrowing all your tools, or keeps borrowing your garage, or keeps a sibling that keeps like borrowing money off you, or borrowing this, or it's time to just rein it in a little bit, Capricorn. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to. I'm just kind of giving you some examples of how this could play out in your life. But there's restriction here meeting ultimate expansion. So yeah, it's going to be frustrating. And also something from June, July, August. Yeah, June, July, August of this past year. Something that you were working on back then or dealing with back then, again, whether it's a 6th house matter or a 3rd house matter, something could be changing and shifting and pivoting in some way, shape, or form, or it could actually take a new form. I'm hoping, Capricorn, in a good way, with Saturn making a really nice aspect to you. Again, this could be just a plain old gut check. It could be just reining it in, taking a back seat, working with what you have, and getting creative on working through these roadblocks. Because right now, the best way forward is just slow and steady. One step at a time, one bite at a time. That's all you can do, Capricorn, to make this work. But all in all, this isn't new. This is something that's been with us for quite some time. And we're at the midway point. We got about 6 more months until these 2 planets move into new energies. And then Jupiter will take off. He's faster than Saturn. So he'll take off into your Cancer house and slowly move away from this square energy. All right, Capricorn, enjoy the month of December. Happy holidays, and we'll see you back here in the new year. Bye for now. Hey, Aquarius, welcome to December. Let's talk about where I think some of your focus is going to be this month, and also double new beginnings this month for each and every one of us, of course, in different areas of life. So let's start there. So the new moons this month, depending on where you are on the planet, give or take a day or two. So December the 1st, you have a brand new beginning in your 11th house of Sagittarius. And it's also the sun, this new moon, and Mercury going back and forth in this house is making really nice aspects to your planets, placements, points, Aquarius, whatever you're watching for right now. So 11th house, this is the house of gains. This is the house of older siblings. So there could be a new beginning when it comes to an older sibling, for example, a new beginning in their life. Their lives, if you have multiple siblings, could be a new beginning for them as well. This is the house of luck. This is the house of long-term commitments and goals. This is also the house of social media. This is the house of the future, Aquarius. This is technically you're affiliated. You have the same flavor as the 11th house. So it's a very humanitarian house as well. So it's all about friendship circles, people that you surround yourself with. It's also the house of community and who lifts you up, what lights you up. That's what they're kind of showing me and telling me. I think that's going to come to the forefront, by the way. I'm jumping ahead, but yes, they're saying that loud and clear. Your friendship circles, if they do not light you up, if people do not light you up in your friendship circle, it could be time to separate from them or let that go, because you need to be surrounded, especially the next 20 years, Aquarius, you need to be surrounded by people that lift you up and support you, because you will not put up with it. That's kind of what I'm sort of seeing. At some point, it's going to be a breaking point. Could be this month, which I'll get to. That full moon is highlighting that. But new beginnings here, new friendships coming in, new friendship circles could be coming in as well. New hopes, wishes, dreams, new commitments for the future could be coming in as well. New gains as well. And again, with Mercury going back and forth, everything I just said, you're reassessing all of these things in your life. You're re-looking at these things, kind of like going back over old ground. You know, really good month to reconnect with old friends, old colleagues, people that you've known from the past. I feel like people from the what's that saying? Something about people coming out of the woodwork, you know, from the past will be coming back around, especially with Mercury retrograde. Or you could go back to the past, like visit your homeland or something along those lines. Mercury is also one of your financial planets as well. So you could be reassessing your finances at this time as well. Now, I'm going to jump to the end of the month because you're going to have a new beginning. So once the sun and the new moon happen in your hidden 12th house, this is the house of endings. This is the house of solitude. This is the house of wrapping up the old so you can bring in the new. So you are preparing for your birthday cycle, Aquarius, that's just around the corner. This is also about healing, mental, physical, emotional. You know, Pluto just coming out of this house, it's time to incorporate that. It's time to solidify that. It's time to solidify the me time. And it's time to move forward with that and keep it into your habits and your routines, for example, especially anything to do with health. Stick with it, Aquarius. Definitely stick with it for the long haul. The 12th house is also the house of your hidden talents, gifts, and abilities as well. So maybe incorporating them into, well, whatever your wishes are, you know, for the next 6 to 12 months, anything that you want to call into. I also feel like Aquarius, I mean, we will have a new moon in your sign next month, which we'll talk about, and that will be your new moon to set your birthday wishes, to set your intentions, because the first house is all about you. But I feel like this month you're preparing for that, right? That 12th house is preparing for a brand new cycle, preparing now for Pluto in your sign for 20 years. So it's accepting that and acknowledging that the person you see right now in the mirror is not going to be the same. Your life is not going to be the same, for the better, for the better. Like, your life is going to completely transform inside and out over and over and over again, because it is 20 years after all. So there's incredible new beginnings for you this month, Aquarius. Now, that full moon on the 15th of December, the same day Mercury goes direct in your 11th house, this full moon is illuminating your 5th house, but also shining a spotlight on that 11th house. Now, this is an ending. This is a culmination point. So your 5th house is all about romance, dating, pleasure, and joy. So there could be a culmination point here. This is also the house of children. So there could be an ending, a new beginning in one of your children's lives as well. Again, this could be about friendship circles, endings and new beginnings, either in their lives or your relationship with them and how you relate one-on-one with them. This could also be about what lights you up. I love the 5th house. Also, this is making a nice aspect to your planets, placements, points, whatever you're watching for, especially if you have anything around 23 degrees of Aquarius. This is going to light you up. This is going to add in another layer of culmination, of endings, of, okay, one chapter's done, let's move on to the next chapter. This is also the house of like a spark of life. It's a life house. So children, family, self-expression, creative projects, hobbies, side hustles, things like that that bring you joy and love. This could also bring in a romantic partner. Again, if you're single and looking for that, absolutely. This could be, again, a culmination point. No more being single. No more being single, Aquarius. Time to move into a relationship. With Jupiter in your 5th house, you know, if you are single, Jupiter here should definitely be bringing in a partner if it hasn't already brought in a new partner. And Jupiter here can bring in multiple partners, actually. So those are the moons this month, the new moons, full moons this month. We talked about Mercury in Sag and Mars retrograde in Leo and Cancer. I made a separate video below, Aquarius, so if you want to check that out, to find out more about what this means, Mars retrograde in your 7th house of partnerships and also your 6th house of day-to-day duty, work, and responsibility, you can check that out in the description box below and find out more about that. And yes, Venus in your sign this month. I should have started with that, actually. Venus coming together with Pluto in this very powerful, like very powerful. You are going to be a magnet, Aquarius, whether this is with family, at family gatherings, new friends, new lovers, new acquaintances, new business partnerships, offers coming in. Like Venus in the 1st house, very powerful, makes you look very attractive, makes you look good. Like if you are looking for a new job, now is the time to apply. Get your resume out there. Even if you don't hear back from them this month, because we do have Mercury retrograde, but just put it out there. Put the energy out there, because Venus attracts love and money into, well, wherever she goes. So she's in your 1st house. So, I mean, she could be attracting in all this energy into you physically, mentally, emotionally. Your 7th house of partnerships, home and family life, traveling could be on the menu, education, teaching, training, coaching, career moves, retirement, whatever it is that you want. The reason why I say that is because anything in the first house is going to ripple out to multiple areas of life. So again, Pluto in your first house, this is going to transform your whole life, not just your physical body, not just your physicality and maybe how you look and how you present yourself to the world is going to change, but your entire life cycle, they're showing me, is going to change. Like your entire wheel in front of us here. All of the areas of life are going to change and transform for you, Aquarius. So Venus is energizing this area of life for you, and I love that. So take advantage of this energy. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is the ongoing Jupiter square to Saturn. So this is ongoing. This has been happening since about middle of 2024. It's going to take us all the way until 2025, middle of 2025. So we're at the halfway point. This is nothing new, but they are exact this month. So you might feel the pressure, you might feel the restriction, the constriction, the frustration between these two heavy hitters. So Jupiter in your fifth house is trying to expand, your children's lives, your relationship with your kids, your hobbies, self-expression, love, romance, dating. Again, Jupiter here can bring in multiple partners, not just one partner, but multiple partners. So Jupiter here can make your head spin, okay? Like, yes, Jupiter is a blessing. Yes, Jupiter is a benefic. He's a good planet. But he can also make us expand too big, too fast, and just overwhelm us, especially in Gemini. He's taking on too many duties and responsibilities. So Saturn now is asking us to rein this in, quite literally, and just work with whatever it is that we have in front of us. Get creative, Aquarius. You might have to get creative. Jupiter, you're one of the lucky signs. First of all, Jupiter is making a really nice aspect to your Aquarian planets, placements, points. But on top of it, he's in a wonderful house. This is the spark of life. This is, again, where romance, dating, and pleasure and what we want to do for the rest of our lives. This is where this spark of life comes in this fifth house. But Saturn's just kind of like, okay, let's take a gut check here. Saturn in your second house of finances, which can be really good, by the way. Saturn in the second house, you can buy a house, get a mortgage, again, buy, sell material possessions. Saturn here can build on your wealth, Aquarius. But depending on how you've been living, he can also be a gut check, and maybe it's time to rein in spending $20,000 a year on your, kids' hockey or dance, or, spending too much money on your kids. Because Jupiter in your fifth house, you're going to want to just give the world to your kids, or give the world to your hobbies and your creative projects. Maybe you're blowing too much money on your side hustle. Maybe you're blowing too much money on pleasure and joy and living the large life and buying yachts and all these fancy things. Saturn's going to come along and be like, pump the brakes here. Like, do you need all this stuff? Do you really want all this stuff? Same with a relationship. Apply this if none of that resonates. You can apply this to a relationship. If you've been newly dating someone, say for the last 6 months or so, or you meet someone around this time, you can actually meet someone too, because Saturn could bring in a serious partner as well. That could be a possibility. But again, are you lavishing your partner? Are you taking them on trips? Are you spending a whole bunch of money on them? Do you really need to do that? So when that visa statement comes in, Aquarius, you might go, holy crap, what did I spend all this money on? Whether it's your kids or your hobby or a lover, that could be a possibility. The bills are coming in and you're like, holy crap. And it's not a bad thing. Saturn's just trying to ground you in this area of life. So your second house is about work, finances, material possessions, and also your skills, your talents, your abilities. How are you using them? How are you utilizing them? So actually, this isn't a bad combination, Aquarius. I actually really love this for you because, again, you have Jupiter on your side. I'm not saying Saturn's not, because Saturn's your ruler, by the way. It's just that Saturn's not making any, well, again, I don't have your chart in front of me, so I'm not going to say what I was going to say. But Saturn's in your second house, so he's not making any direct aspects to your Aquarian house. But this is where your entire chart comes in to add in different layers of how this is going to affect you personally. So work with what you got, Aquarius. I know it can be frustrating, just little steps at a time, little bites at a time. Slow and steady is the way to go this month. That will bring in blessings for each and every one of us. It'll help us walk through this energy. Again, this is going to be with us for another 6 to 7 months. So just take it slow. It is what it is. You're still going to get the expansion. You're still going to get the success. Again, if you're looking for work, put yourself out there. Because again, Saturn in here could bring in a serious employer, or if you're an entrepreneur, could bring you in some really serious clients that could stand the test of time. Like, you're building on a solid foundation, Aquarius. And again, this is your ruler. So you and Capricorn, out of all signs, know how to work with Saturn, because Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius. So anyway, Aquarius, enjoy December and happy holidays, and we'll see you back here in the new year. Bye for now. Hey, Pisces, welcome to December. Let's talk about where I think you're going to have some double new beginnings this month. Wonderful, wonderful energy coming in at the top of your sky in your career sector, Pisces. So let's start there. Like I said, 2 new beginnings this month at the top of your sky in your social houses, in your wealth houses. So quite frankly, Pisces, this is new beginnings with your status, your reputation, the legacy that you leave behind. If you're retired and not working, again, what do you want to do? How do you want to contribute to society? And if you want to just, stay at home and be a couch potato or whatever, that's totally fine too. Because I know at some point the universe is going to come along and nip you in the bud and be like, hey, let's get going here. Because yeah, this month is also a really nice month to just take a backseat and take a break. And, we got Mercury retrograde, we got Mars retrograde, we still got Jupiter retrograde. It's just the time. Your ruler is still retrograde, Jupiter there, so good time to take a break. But for those of you that are looking for new beginnings in your career, or this is also the house of your parenthood, like what does it mean to you to be a parent? This could be a new beginning in your parents' lives too. If your parents are still with us, this could be new beginnings on the work front. So maybe new bosses, new authority figures are coming in, changes of the work environment could be coming in, especially with Mercury going back and forth in this area of life for you, Pisces. So regardless, there could be changes coming in with your relationships to your coworkers. This could also impact your relationships too, period, friends, loves, business, whatever, because Mercury is your relating planet, your relationship planet. So new beginnings on the career front are possibilities. Now, that's December the 1st, right off the hop. We have this brand new moon in your career sector. For those of you looking for new work, now is the time to plant those seeds of intention. Call in the career that you want. You've got a lot of energy at the top of your sky. So again, set those new moon wishes and intentions, Pisces, and manifest that over the next 6 months. Put yourself out there. You have Saturn and Neptune in your sign. You have a lot of energy in your sign too. So put yourself out there. You do look good to employers because, again, you got Saturn, the business planet, behind you. And then you have your modern ruler, Neptune, behind you as well, helping you dissolve anything that's not working with regards to your image, how you present yourself to the world. That is all melted away since 2011, 2012. So again, you look attractive to potential employers as well. And what is no longer needed in your life has more than likely melted away, dissolved away over the last, decade or so. And that's coming to an ending with Neptune finally coming out of your sign and moving into Aries. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. So I'm going to jump to the end of the month when we have another new beginning, another new moon in your 11th house, your Capricorn house. So this is all about friendship circles, people that you surround yourself with, your role in these groups, clubs, memberships, associations, whatever you want to call it. This is also the house of the future, your long-term commitments and goals. This is also the house of gains as well. There could be a new beginning if you have older siblings. There could be some new beginnings in their lives as well, because this house represents them too. So what are you hoping to gain, Pisces? You know, again, career, reputation, status. Again, apply this to your life, whether you're working or not working. What do you want to gain? What do you want to continue to contribute to on a global scale, a bigger scale? How do you want to contribute to society? It doesn't have to be in a big, grandiose way. It can be focusing in on your local environment, your local community. You know, how can you contribute and help the people in your local environment where you are at right now, even through your career, things like that. So dual new beginnings there, Pisces, at the top of your sky. Also, I don't think I mentioned this, status. So your status could be changing. What I mean by that is you could be going from single to common law, or single common law to married, or vice versa. I'm not saying all of you are going to get divorced, but that's what status means. Your status could be changing, like what you're known for. So for example, if you've been an artist or musician for many years, now maybe it's time to change, and now you're going to be known as a healer, or you're going to be known as an accountant, or you're going to be known as a swimming instructor, or whatever the case may be. Like something to do with your status, what you're known for doing is also changing as well, or could be changing as well. Because again, apply this to your life, Pisces. Okay, now let's jump to that full moon in Gemini at the bottom of your sky on December the 15th. And this is the same day Mercury will be going direct in your 10th house of career. So some of your big angles are being highlighted here, Pisces. So you could have a really transformative month ahead where you could be transforming or changing your life on multiple levels. So whether this is your home life, your relationships, whether this is in friends, love, or business, your career, your parenting style, new beginnings in your parents' lives as well, or you. Again, how you approach the world, what you're known for doing, your soul's intention, the path that you're walking, so to speak. So this full moon in Gemini at the bottom of your sky, 4th house. This is all about a culmination, an ending when it comes to home, family, living situation, living circumstances, people that you live with. Again, mom, dad, authority figures. This could be changes in their lives too. You as a parent could be getting highlighted. Maybe you're a new parent, whether it's a parent to a human or a parent to a fuzzy, furry, feathery new friend, whatever the case may be, Pisces. But this is an ending. This is a culmination point. Now it's time to move on and take on or open up a new chapter in this area of life. And you do have Jupiter down here too, expanding, 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 Pisces. So those are the luminaries this month. Very strong, like I said, because they are hitting the big angles of your chart. But again, apply this to your life. I do not have your chart in front of me. So if your IC, MC runs through Sag and Gemini, then yeah, this could be a very impactful month for you, and lots of new beginnings, endings and new beginnings are highlighted for you this month, Pisces. Okay, Mars in Leo is going retrograde on the 6th. Now, I made a separate video below, so check that out. The link is below if you want to learn more about what does Mars retrograde in your 6th house and 5th house mean, and what sort of revision or changes are up for grabs over the next several months. And keep in mind, we've been in this energy for quite some time with Mars moving into shadow since October. And then now he's in Leo, but now he's officially going retrograde this month until the end of February. So check that out below if you're curious. And Venus in Aquarius. Pluto newly in your 12th house for 19, 20 years, Pisces. Talk about cleaning out the closets. You will not have one skeleton, one bone left in your closet after this transit. I can tell you that much, Pisces. Not a bad thing at all. Not a bad thing at all. But anyway, also you could go through a metamorphosis when it comes to healing and solitude over the next, again, 2 decades, which is just unbelievable to think about. But anyway, my point is Venus moving in here is what I wanted to talk about. So Venus moving into the 12th house, again, this is a very hidden house. It's a quieter house. It's not sometimes about external manifestation. It's more about us, and it's more internalized. Now, again, if you work at hospitals or prisons or anything kind of like behind the public eye, so to speak, they're also showing me government. If you work in something to do with government, where again, it's away from the public eye, not so much, you know, this could be really beneficial for you is what I'm trying to get at here. Venus is also going to make solitude very special for you over the next 3 to 4 weeks. Healing on multiple levels is going to be incredible for you over the next several weeks. This is also like hidden money coming to you, or like finding 20 bucks in the couch. This could be, or finding 20 bucks on the street, or an old debt being paid to you, like that friend that owes you 100 bucks. This could be money coming back around to you from like the unknown. This is like spiritual blessings coming your way, synchronicities, because the 12th house is also magical, mystical. It's the unseen realm. It's our subconscious mind. My God, Pisces, like I could go on and on about this because they keep talking about Pluto to me, and I'm trying to like focus on just talking about Venus. But if any of you are into past life regressions, or if you do that in your work, if you own a spiritual business, like my God, this is so beneficial for that. Not only Venus being in here, but Pluto being in here for the next 20 years as well could really skyrocket your spiritual based business, whatever that means for you, whether you're into crystals, healing, psychic work, tarot, astrology, whatever it is. This is going to be huge benefits coming your way. Again, it's not a light switch, but with Venus in here, I feel like you're going to get a taste of that. That's what they're showing me, because Venus coming together with Pluto is electric, very powerful. You could also meet a powerful lover. If you're open to meeting someone new, you could definitely meet a very powerful person. You could even date them in secret. Venus moving through the 12th house is secret dating, secret affairs. Again, I'm not saying your partner's cheating on you. I would need to see your chart to, you know, pinpoint that. But again, this is secret love, whether it's you or somebody you know is dating someone behind the scenes, Pisces. So regardless, Venus in here is bringing in blessings, blessings from the divine, blessings from the invisible world. Very good for your intuition and things like that too, Pisces. This is also the house of your hidden gifts, talents, and abilities. So again, monetizing those, whether it's in your career or a side hustle, something along those lines. Really nice time to monetize those gifts and talents that you have. Bring them out into the open. You know, Venus moving into your first house in the next 3 weeks or so makes you very attractive to your clientele, to your boss, to your whatever it is that you want to call into your life. It makes you very, very, very attractive. Okay, the last thing I want to quickly chat about is this ongoing Jupiter square to Saturn in your sign. So Jupiter is your ancient ruler. Neptune is your modern ruler, which is also in your sign. So yeah, I have no doubt, Pisces, if you've had challenges and some struggles the last 6 months, perhaps could be because of this Saturn square Jupiter, Saturn squaring your planet, kind of putting a damper on your planet, because Jupiter is trying to expand your 4th house of home, of family, foundation, ancestry, roots, healing. 4th house is also about mom, dad, authority figures in your life. You as a parent, you becoming a parent. So Jupiter is trying to expand. Maybe you're trying to move. If your IC is in Gemini, you know, this could be building, renovating, building a home, moving, buying, selling. Jupiter's trying to expand here, but it can also make our head spin. Sometimes Jupiter, don't get me wrong, Jupiter is fabulous. He's the great benefic, but he can also expand us too big, too quick, and we can't keep up, so to speak. It's too much, especially in Gemini. It just, oh my God, too much is coming at us. So if you felt like that, with Jupiter going retrograde, hopefully that helped and is helping with Jupiter going backwards. But Saturn in your sign, newly direct, Saturn is trying to ground and crystallize your big Jupiterian ideas in your fourth house. He's trying to slow you down on purpose because he's like, whoa, 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 you're taking on too much. Let's take a step back and reassess. Saturn's direct though, so you should get a little bit more forward momentum at this time. But once Jupiter goes direct, don't worry, Pisces, you can take off running, okay? But for now, really good month to take a step back, reassess. Again, Mercury is retrograde, Mars is retrograde, your ruler Jupiter is retrograde. So a really good month to take a back seat. Again, if you can, apply this to your life and your situation. Work with whatever it is that you got. You know, if it's something to do with your home and you're expanding on the home front, just keep plugging away. Take it one day at a time. Slow and steady wins the race. Also bring in some joy and some pleasure. You know, take care of you, Pisces. Saturn and Neptune is asking you to do that as well. Also Mars in your 6th house of health and well-being. Take care of yourself, Pisces. Don't forget about yourself. And just, they're showing me ride it out, but also just continue to keep moving forward. One little step at a time. Get creative, Pisces. You're the epitome sign of getting creative to work around these roadblocks, and you'll find that success. Yeah, you're definitely one of the signs that can move this energy more forward than other signs just because you have such powerful energy in your sign. And your ruler being at the bottom of your sky, lots of energy at the top of your sky. Again, this is going, you are one of the signs, I forget who else I mentioned this to. I think Sagittarius and Virgo. Yeah, that you can really make big change in your life this month. But again, take it slow and steady. I know that's counterintuitive what I just said, but just slow and steady wins the race, Pisces. Also, something from June, July, August might come back around in a new way, in a new form. Something that you were trying to get done back then could come back around. Again, get creative. Work around roadblocks. Just work with what you got, Pisces, to bring this into form, whatever this is. Because this could also be about you too, the physical body, your health. You know, apply this to your own situation too, because Saturn in the 1st house is trying to build that resilience in multiple areas of life. Okay, Pisces, well, enjoy the month of December. Happy holidays, and we'll see you back here in the new year. Bye for now.